I'm actually I'm doing this pitch competition. I'm a judge.
Okay, so we're gonna get started in just 1 or 2 minutes. 1 or 2 minutes. So we're running a few minutes behind, but don't worry, we'll catch up.
Okay, when I get home, I'll be here till 9. My daughter FaceTimed me. Our baby is
That's what Justin. I'll tell you. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Have a seat. We'll get started here in a second. Try to be respectful of your time. Get out of here. Have a decent hour. The good news is we have a lot of people. Bad news is we have a lot of people. So I'm glad we have so many interested participants, but it does keep us here until 9 o'clock or so. All right. My name is David German, and welcome to the Big Pitch. This is our 4th year of doing the Big Pitch. This was started on a whim. 4 years ago, I was talking with Jared Jenkins, who runs Black Entrepreneurs Inc. He had come and talked to our class, and we were kind of talking about starting a pitch competition. And so Jared and I just kind of threw it together and had a very successful first year. And then we joined up with Catalyst and Justin Hildebrand and Jessica and Krista. And ever since then, it's just gotten bigger and bigger. I mean, I was talking to Devon earlier, and we have 2 new teams this year. Shout out to Maplewood Richmond Heights, who have joined us this year. So Jennings is back again. Parkway, Rockwood Spark is back again. Catalyst with Ladue, Clayton, Brentwood, and U City are back again. So we have a number of returning teams, but we also have some new teams, so we're happy to see that kind of grow. All right. One thing I'd like to do is I'd like to introduce our judges. They show up here out of the goodwill of their heart. They have no chance to win money tonight. They cannot win anything. They're just showing up to help you out. So we appreciate them taking their time to come out. I'd like to introduce, first is Rick DeRee. Rick is a professor at Lindenwood University. If you've heard of the Dupree Center for Entrepreneurship there, does book exchange, has beer sauce with 6 locations, which is great. One's out in St. Peter's by me, so I appreciate that. So Rick helped us last year, and he's helping us again this year. So thank you, Rick. We appreciate it. Next up is Jared Jenkins. Jared works for Sunrise Technology and also runs the Black Entrepreneurs Inc., which is a charitable foundation. If you're looking for some place to put some money, they do a lot of really good work. They do more than just help us. They help a lot of other young African-American underserved communities, help get them the funding that they may need to get started with some business ideas that they have. Okay. Next up is Laura Burkember. Laura's a business owner, global startup investor, and adjunct professor. She is an adjunct professor at SLU. So we almost had all the universities. We had at Lindenwood with Dan. I did want to mention this. Dan Lauer, who's been a judge for us since the beginning, did have some health issues, so he had to beg out at the last minute here. He wasn't able to do it, but he runs the entrepreneurship program at UMSL, and Dan's been a really big advocate for us and been very helpful for us, and we appreciate him. Hope for a speedy recovery for him. But Laura works at St. Louis University, along with, she serves as the CEO of the Catalyst Center, which is aligning businesses, brand, marketing, and sales strategy, positioning companies for investment, scale, and sale. So Laura serves as an adjunct professor for 12 years at St. Louis University, teaching the graduate course, The New Venture Feasibility. time. So thank you, Laura, for helping us out this year. This will be Laura's first year helping us. Also a first year is Susie Furlong. Susie has over 30 years of operations and management experience. She's worked with analytic and technology companies across multiple industries, including financial services, healthcare, telecommunications. And she spent the last 16 years in digital marketing. So thank you. We appreciate you jumping in and helping us. All right, so we'd also like to give a big shout out to our investors, the people who give the money that we give to you. Okay, so thank you to Black Entrepreneurs Inc., the Clayton Educational Foundation, the Ladue Educational Foundation, and Regions Bank, who supplies us with not only money, but also a place to hold it with a beautiful view, as you see. Okay, so some of the schools participating this year: Parkway, Rockwood, the Spark program; Webster with their Thrive program; Catalyst with their it's made up of Brentwood, Clayton, Ladue, and University City. Jennings is here. Maplewood, Richmond Heights is here, in South County, Texas. Okay. All right. So this year we're going to do a little bit different. We're going to break this into basically two competitions. All right. So we're going to have there's 20 early 20 number of teams, 22 teams. So it'll be 11 teams in one bracket, 11 teams in the other bracket. And we're going to select a first, second, and third in each bracket. And each of those teams will win money. Okay. On the earlier flyers and emails, we told you we would have $5,000 in prize money, but that didn't turn out to be the truth. So I don't know how to tell you this. So we have $7,500 instead. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get $2,000 in first place over here, $2,000 in first place over here, 1,000 here, 1,000 here, and then 500 for third and 500 for third. So that's how we're going to divide up the money. All right? We're not playing for fun, we're playing for keeps today. Good chance to win some money. So all right. We ready?
Yeah, just to remind everyone that you're going to have 7 minutes to compete and to present. I'll give you the 1 minute kind of warning over here. So this means 1 minute left. And that includes questions. So if you go the full 7 minutes, great. No time for questions. If you only go 4 or 5 and there are still a few minutes left, the judges will be able to ask some clarifying questions. So just to let you know. All right.
All right.
Good luck, everybody.
Just a heads up so you're ready. Our first presenter will be Morbid Living, Mouth Explosion. You're on deck. Humane Horn, you're in the hole. For non-baseball people.
Visit them. Am I standing right here? Stay wherever you want.
Hi, I'm Andrew Wall, and there's a problem in the board game industry. Most games are made either suitable for children and are PG, like Candyland, or are rated R, like Cards Against Humanity. There's not much that's really PG-13. My solution to this problem is my card game, Morbid Living. It's a PG-13 game that appeals to teenagers and is appropriate for families. Click the big button. At the top, just click Morbid Living. This is my website. Scroll down a little bit. This is a description of the game. And then there's a how to play video just below that. Could you click on the video? Like the job, house, vehicle, and $1 million. In the beginning of the game, each player picks a number between 1 and 6. This number corresponds to some action. Each player also starts with one random necessity card and $100,000. The youngest player starts the game by drawing a card. Doctor, like $200,000 every payday. They're going to take this job as a pay for the stripper. They can only hold one job at a time, so they must discard the stripper card. Now it's the second player's turn. Have another player fired for racist comments, steal their job. They're going to take the doctor job from player 1. Player 3 drew a payday. Player 2 collects $200,000 from their job and $10,000 from the doctor job. Player 3 collects $150,000 from the job. Player 4 collects $10,000 from the duplex. Now it's player 4's turn. Smother your mother. Because they chose number 4 in the beginning, they must collect $120,000 from life insurance. Player 1 drew a house card. They choose to pay $80,000 for life. The game continues until one player wins by collecting a job, house, vehicle, and $1 million. And then this is some customer testimonials right there. And if you scroll down a little bit more, there's a pre-order button. You can click on that. And that takes you to a page where you put in your contact information so I can contact people when my Kickstarter starts. Okay, now go back. My target market is high school students that are interested in dark humor. This is an example of my primary market. My secondary market is their parents that want to be cool, so that's why they're going to buy the game for their children. My secondary. Phase 1, perfect the game. The game right there, that's the one I've been testing with for about 2 months, and I've just ordered my final one. I'm going to market on Instagram and TikTok through paid ads and the game's page. I'll talk more about that in a minute. My Kickstarter campaign goal is $8,000. That is 1,000 units from the manufacturer at $7 a piece, plus the Kickstarter's cut and shipping. And then I will sell the game for $20. This is my Instagram page, and that's my TikTok page. On both of them, I post short videos of me playing the game. And then on Instagram, I post some more behind the scenes content of the design. And then my other method of advertising is I'm going to go to content creators like meme pages and like board game pages and make specialized content for those pages. And this is much cheaper than a typical like Facebook or Instagram or TikTok ad campaign, because I'm going directly through the page and not the actual platform. So for every $1 that I spend on that, I can expect to bring in 4 to my campaign goal. Phase 2. When the Kickstarter is complete, I'll have about 250, 300 orders to send to the people that backed it. And then I'll have I'll have 600, 700 left. And that's why I'm just selling through my website, again, marketing on Instagram and TikTok through the methods before. Phase 3. This is a picture of my Morbid Living board game. I worked on that about 2 years ago and scrapped it due to the Kickstarter goal being about $16,000, which is a little lofty. So that is a possibility down the road. I believe that Morbid Living will be successful because it's a fun solution to a problem in the growing board game industry. Thank you. Questions?
We have 2 minutes left. If you guys want to ask a question.
Okay, there you go.
So how many pre-orders have you done so far?
I have 25 people that have put in contact information on that.
And how much have you raised on Kickstarter?
So the Kickstarter is like I set the date for that when I know that I'm going to have enough backers. So that'll be in probably 4 months. So I want to get the total that list of 25. I want to get that to about 500, and then I can launch the Kickstarter knowing that it'll be successful.
What else are you doing to try to get to that 500?
The advertising.
Mhm.
So, well, I'm doing the Instagram and TikTok pages. So I've had a lot of traffic through those, and
Like how much? Like what's driving more?
well, TikTok is much better because TikTok just explodes. So I had one video I got 80,000 views, and most of them get 2,000, and I post once every 3 days.
And what other expenses do you have besides the game? Do you have any overhead? Any employees?
Cost of my website.
Cost of your website? Okay, so cost you, well, you sell it for 20.
Yeah.
You buy it for 7. Does that price go down?
Yeah.
If you buy more?
So if the Kickstarter campaign, like if I hit $8,000, that'll give me 1,000 units. But if I get, if I'm able to get 25 or 2,500 units, then the price goes down to 550. I'm able to get 5,000, then it goes down to like 430. So that the more volume that I'm able to order at one time, the price just keeps going down.
Thanks, Andrew. We're out of time. Good job.
Mouth Explosion was not able to be here. So next up is Humane Horn. Fashion Factory, you are on deck, and Divine Minds, you're in the hole.
Let's take like a few minutes because it goes back to the same judges and kind of defeats what we're trying to do is give you guys a break to write some comments. So take like a 3-minute break. That way you can get set up. Yeah, get set up. Yeah, we're not in a rush.
Why $20? Why not $30?
Well, like I could charge 25.
Yeah.
But I just think 20 is a better price. There's games.
Sorry.
Yeah, but there's games with just like text like also common household products.
Yeah, like Brooklyn.
Yeah. I was between 20 and 25. I don't think
Well, that's 95 is a great price.
Yeah.
$20, that's 95.
well, yeah.
Like, give you 25 bucks. See what your backers are.
That is true. I was watching him play that. I'm like, it's even I'm out of there. I don't realize. There's some pretty risque cards on there.
It hasn't been really rejuvenated, you know, Monopoly's been over here.
Well, and it's kind of there's a whole like more of the like web out there. Because it's, like I said, I was completely.
Cards Against Humanity, similar, but
It's similar, but
it's more PG-13.
right,
So
and
he's
he
saying
was
he-
trying to.
He's trying to get the PG-13 mark, which is smart, right? He's, you know, like, yeah.
You ready?
All right, we're ready for our next presenter.
Thank you.
All right, our next presentation is Shemaine Horn.
Hello, I'm Neil Welkin and my product is a customizable car horn called Humane Horn. Let me start with a story. About 2 years ago, I sat stuck behind a black truck at a green light. How should I tell him to go? My horn sounds too bitter and I don't want him to get mad. But the green arrow will turn red soon and I'm already running late. Currently, cars only have 2 built-in ways to communicate: the high beams and the loud horn. However, both are unfit for kindly telling a driver to move. My solution is this customizable car horn, which is sat right there, that I created, where you can upload 4 custom sounds of your choice. To use the horn, one only has to hook up these 2 wires into ground and key on power. Then, using just a micro USB cable, which you plug into your computer, and like a flash drive, you just drag and drop the sound files onto the device. You can change any of the 4 sounds. And then with this 4-button remote right here, you can wirelessly trigger the sound from the inside of your car. My Humane Horn comes with 4 pre-installed sounds for inspiration. And these clips show some scenarios of where you want to use them. First is the literal words, thank you. Thank you. Then second is this courtesy honk, which sounds much kinder than the regular old car horn. Third is the air horn for when all else fails. Grace, this could be loud. And then finally, there's this bicycle bell for when you're trying to communicate with pedestrians. See, sound. I began building this horn in the summer of 2019 and had my first working prototype in a cardboard box by the end of August. Then when COVID hit in 2020, I built my second and third prototypes where the goal was to shrink the size of the box. I also started making my website while I was waiting for the parts to ship. Finally, in August of 2021, the car horn was small enough to be installed in my dad's car, and I installed it. For my competition, while there isn't much direct competition, there is this Lulu horn on the left, which has 34 songs, but no possibility to add custom sounds, and it isn't waterproof. Additionally, there's this Wasp car horn, which can have up to 8 custom sounds, which is somewhat similar to mine, and it's GPS enabled. However, it costs over $250, and worst of all, it only works in Teslas. So as I showed before, here's my website with the title page, the sound descriptions I presented before, customer testimonials, the features, simple to install, fully waterproof, IP67. You can customize the sounds just using that micro USB cable. Seamless integration, it's fully wireless, so when you hook it up to your car, you don't have to drill through the firewall or to wire. You just use this remote, and that's all you have to do. And then here's the call to action, which brings you to the product page. You can add the product to cart, continue to checkout, but checkout is disabled on this website because currently I do not have any forms installed. That's where my angel investors came. My target market is 16 to 30-year-old male drivers who will likely be car enthusiasts or commuters that live in urban areas with about a middle-class level of income. I'm planning to market through Instagram, sell through my website, and ship ready to install. It cost me $70 to produce, and with a $130 selling price, I almost have 50% profit margins. One of the great things about a product like mine is that it's a high-ticket item. This means that since the product is more expensive, I need to sell a much smaller quantity of car horns to make a large profit. Additionally, I already have several people who have said they'd buy this horn from me once I get it in stock. If they like the horn, then they could serve as great advertisers and market by word of mouth. Fortunately, I received $700 from my angel investors to cover the cost of parts for 10 car horns. I'm currently in the process of building them in my engineering class. I've got one done, and this one, and the one in my dad's car. And once I've built at least 4, I can enable checkout on my website and start selling. Maybe one day more people will be able to use my courtesy honk and dodge stuff in the green light. Thank you.
You guys want to ask a question?
What is your plan for, like, when the orders come in to be able to build them, like, in an efficient manner?
Yeah, so right now it takes a little bit under an hour to build, but that's when I put all the parts together and start from scratch. I could probably do it in about 15 to 30 minutes if I have it going. And then once I sell a couple, I can start hiring people to build them for me. And also with the costs, they'll definitely decrease a lot, because what I showed here, all these costs, this is the detailed layout. This is all for 1 unit. So once you buy 5, it goes down. Once you buy 10, it like halves almost. So costs could go down a lot. This is all with shipping.
Sorry, go ahead.
Time?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Oh, that's it.
Good job. Thanks for making. This is strict.
No, it's
I don't
good.
What do you mean?
Neil, I'm getting you later, but I got mine too, something to throw on there. Next up is Fashion Factory. Divine Minds are on deck and Wild Cakes. Oh.
Don't forget, ladies, I'll give you the 1 minute warning, okay? What's that? I'll do this when you got 1 minute left, just so you know. Not to scare you. Good luck.
Hi, my name is Diane Woodbury,
And I am Samaya White.
and we are a fashion factory
A mobile beauty business.
that brings services to you. More time, more freedom, more fun. Problem and unmet need. Everyone can get transportation to their hair appointment or nail, any appointment that they have. Everyone can get 2 services done at one spot. Every mobile bus that you know, they only do walk-ins, and everyone can find the right hair, meaning there's braiding hair, because I'm a braider. Everyone doesn't know how to do their own makeup or lashes. Our solution: we have a mobile beauty bus. We will come to you or meet you halfway, anywhere. To get any service done by us, you have to book through our booking sites instead of walking in. We have reasonable prices. We supply the hair for you, so it won't be hard for you to find the correct hair for braiding. Everything will be done professionally, and everything will be ready upon the appointment time. Our mission and social impact. Our mission impact is Fashion Factory will bring you less stress, help you with your style and beauty. Our social impact is we will give back to our community by doing free makeovers every year to help other people that can't afford to do prom or homecoming, etc. Our description: here are some pictures of our services, and we also have our business cards and like other stuff that's right there. This top right in the left corner right here, here's popular services people always get knowledge and soft locks and chocolate breaks. And here are some makeup that I have done.
At the top right corner, you will see pictures of lashes. Basically, those are stitches I have done. And on the booking site, there will be pictures of those lashes, so you will know what you're booking and you will not be confused. At the bottom right is basically pictures of both of me and her businesses. We're basically combining our business to make one business. So our target market, we have a total population of over 64 million. We target women of all races to the ages of 15 and 40 years old. Our market size just in this state is 532,000. And basically how we get our business out there is media, word to mouth. Basically, we tell you, you tell people, basically everything.
Our promotional strategies, we have Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. We currently do pop-up events, and we have business cards. We pass out flyers and go to local beauty stores to place our flyers or business cards into. And we have our booking sites.
So basically, we each have our own different competition because I'm a lash tech and she's a makeup artist. So we have a competition between STL Lash Killer and Blush on the Brush. The difference between us is we are a mobile beauty business and they are not. Also, our prices are more on the low end side and theirs are not. Our competitive advantages is cheaper prices, great quality, and better time management.
Our qualifications, we currently are doing these things today. She is certified as a lash tech. I am certified as a makeup artist and a hairstylist. We both have our LLC in our business name.
So basically, this is our business model. So for the cost just to do one set of lashes, far as our materials will cost us $17.49. To do one set of lashes, we'll base the price at $85. So we'll basically make a profit of $67.51 off of one person. So these are our startup funds. So here are a list of things that we need to start up our mobile business. Will give us a price of over $11,000. We put up $500 for our emergency fund and $1,620 reserved for our fixed expenses, meaning we need over $13,000 for our new. Our sale projection. So in order to make $52,000 a year, we have to service at least 770 people to make $65,000. We got this number basically by saying, how much will we want to pay ourselves? And we said $35 an hour. That's how we got these.
Our future plans, we will have social media influencers to promote our business, meaning as having brand ambassadors to promote our business, getting our business out there, spreading the word, teaching others how to create or start up their own business, teaching others what we know about our business, helping younger students in the community and putting up money to save up for another spot. Once again, my name is Donnie Woodbury,
And I am Samaya White.
and we are Fashion Factory
A mobile beauty business.
that brings services to you, more time, more freedom, more fun.
Great job, you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, we did a tag team and pulled together. I like that you have both a go-getter and a go-giver model. So one of the questions I have is, as you do a mobile business, are you adding in the time it takes to get from point A to B as part of the price you're charging?
Yeah, so on our booking site, we basically whenever service you want, so you'll book it. And basically, if it is, how long it will take for us to book it, so that you will know how long it will be.
Does the price go up the farther you drive?
Yeah, so we basically, so if we're having to come to you, the price will be listed on the booking site, how much it will cost to come to you. So if you're over like a 25 radius from us, then the price will go up.
You mentioned in your pitch, which is common for people to do this, is that we're gonna be the lower price. And I think that's not your service. Your service is to be whatever price you need to be, because your service is the service. It's not the cheaper price for the service. So I would just throw the whole low price out of your pitch and just talk about how great your service is gonna be. People don't care about the price as much as they're gonna get service. Also, you're too cheap at that price for the bus. Total including renovations, $9,000. We can get the bus in the picture picture you showed with that chair and the shag carpet and black lights for $9,000, you're doing great. I think it probably costs 2 or 3 times that to get really built out for it being a business vehicle.
I really like the convenience aspect, and so I would probably pay more for that. Service is fantastic.
There's a lot, you mentioned your competition is not mobile. There's a reason why. Mobile businesses are very hard to keep in business, whether it's mobile detailing or whatever kind of mobile. The Carvana is now bringing the car to you. Even they're just getting built barely. The delivery aspect's very hard. So I would really look at your pricing and look at some competitors that may not be in business anymore and find out why they aren't. Because mobile businesses are very, very hard.
Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, next up, Divine Mind.
That's actually on the last page. We don't. Okay. All right. We are Divine Minds Fashion Apparel. I'm Lexi Lutz.
And I'm Claire Leduc.
When I say the word fashion, what comes to mind? Fashion is the cultural construction that embodies identity. It is a universal form of self-expression. As a teen in high school, I used style to represent myself in society. So here's the problem. The modern adult desires fashion, but it's high demand and too expensive. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I'm from Del Mar in the Central West End, and I grew up in the Loop. I thrifted all my clothes from Goodwill, and I went to an elementary school where all the girls were popular because they wore brand name clothing. I wanted to look like them, but we didn't have the budget to afford it. Divine Minds has a solution. We provide bargain clothing, or we provide high value clothing for a bargain. We offer our shoppers with like new clothes. So we shop for our customers. Each piece is specifically handpicked from thrift stores. Our prices are reduced and affordable for a teen's budget. We sell items at only a percentage of the cost at new. Divine Minds Fashion Apparel is a resale thrift brand for young teen adults. We resell trendy fashion and brand name apparel in almost new condition. So let's talk competitors. Our main competitors are brands, online shops, and thrift stores. But these competitors have disadvantages. Brands are overpriced, and online stores make you overspend and overproduce textile, and thrift stores are time consuming. It takes time to look through everything, and some of the quality is questionable.
We just won our first pitch competition in October at Spark for $200. Just recently in December, we also legalized our business as well. We are officially an LLC and we bought our domain for our website, which we'll show next. We sold 40% of our products over 3 platforms to over 30 customers, many of them returning, with 4 collections released and over 10 style categories found on our website.
So this is a slideshow of one of our collections, so you guys can see. We basically advertise based on theme or holiday occasions, styles, and collections. We offer discount codes for our customers and returning customers usually. So yeah.
One of the many reasons we chose to start Divine Minds is that in 2019, there was a 46% growth of Gen Z individuals who were buying thrifted clothes. Gen Z is adopting secondhand apparel 2.5 times faster than any other age group. Thrifting has also turned into a $28 billion industry that is expected to overcome fast fashion by 2029. Our target market is an involved high school student, males and females age ranging from about 14 to 19 years old, active on Instagram with a lower clothing expense budget, but a high thirst for affordable, trendy styles. 72% of our sales have been made through our website, and the rest are our Instagram, Facebook Marketplace, and Etsy. We've made over a couple $100s this past month, selling in 3 other states, surpassing our monthly goal by 95%. We are setting our next monthly goal by $500 to $500. We promote our brand by boosting posts on Instagram and reposting on our personal Instagram accounts with many girls in our target market. Our future plans are to keep exploring and taking our brand to new platforms, create our own business card, and recruit models for future regular photography shoots. If we won tonight, 60% of the profits would go towards buying more clothes, while 40% would go towards supplies to repurpose those thrifted clothing and market our brand. Thank you for listening to us today. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and check us out on our website.
So how do you deal with inventory? Because there's all different sizes and styles that people like, and it's varied. Like, where are you buying the clothes, and then how do you deal with the inventory?
So we buy the clothes through thrifting, and the inventory is mostly larges and mediums. So we try to fit a range of body types so we can have a lot of customers, or just so everyone can shop there. But it is kind of a risk because not everyone will fit into each size. So it will depend.
And thrifting, there's of course only one piece of the outfit or the shirt. Like there's only going to be one of it. So
Yeah.
Right. And then my follow-up question is, people buy and then they don't like it. Like, what's your return policy, and how do you deal with like shipping costs and that type of thing?
So we have a return policy, and we have all our shipping rates set up. Our return policy is basically within a week. If the item is still like in good terms, they didn't damage it or anything, they can return it. Or if it doesn't fit them, they can return it. We try to be flexible.
and we'll give them their money back.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say, yeah.
And our shipping rates are included in our Shopify. Like we did that through the website as well.
Yeah, the rates depend on days, sorry.
So how do you determine the price?
Usually we price according to the brand and the condition it's in. So certain brands are less. Sometimes when it's just an item that's not like a known brand, it's less too. But it kind of depends on what's in style and what brands are trending at the moment.
And how much the item costs as well.
Originally, yeah.
Okay, do you have like some type of logical way that you're pricing it? Do you have like a scale? Okay, these are A type brands, these are B brands, and then your markup is based off of that type of brand. So like top tier, middle tier, lower tier, and you mark it up based off of that.
We price our items like all the t-shirts, similar prices. So like each type of item or garment is in a like range, a tight range of pricing. But yeah, it's not specifically what you said.
So if you buy something for $5, you sell it for 10, or like, what's your pricing?
Also, we get our stuff pretty cheap because we get it all over from thrift stores, and we try to shop like discounts at stores so we have more money coming in and going out. But
Yeah, we don't really have like a very logical way of setting the price yet. That is definitely something that we do need help with in the future for sure. Is something that we want to work on.
Thank you, ladies. Good job.
Thank you.
Next up is Wild Case, followed by Sophie Coulter and Eco Project.
evening. So my name is Brianna Johnson. I'm a senior at Union Senior High School, and I am the founder and CEO of WildCase. So as a kid growing up, I was very obsessed with wolves, and as I got older, I found out they were endangered. So there are 1,300 endangered species. I want you to think of 5 of them. So many of you guys probably only think of a few, if not few, none. Also, how many of you guys like to buy new phone cases? Or know someone who likes to buy like? So my product is going to be a phone case with a design of an endangered species. And with each purchase, you are going to get a fun fact about that specific animal. So my product is going to be cute and stylish, help raise awareness and style, and it's going to be educational. After doing a lot of research, I found out my target market is mainly going to be Caucasian women from the ages 18 to 49. This is because they're most likely to buy phone cases and style their phone, and they're most likely to care about the animals and environment. So how would I market this business? As you know, many people are on social media. So I will have a Facebook account, I will have an Instagram account where I post ads and also post any promotions I have for the product. I will also put flyers around zoos and parks. You can purchase my product on a website, and on this website, you'll be able to leave a review where this will encourage other buyers. And you can also post the product that you bought on your social media and tag the account. So I have 2 competitors, TeePublic and Redbubble. I compared us from price, being educational, and business. My price is the same, or it's lower than theirs. Most of their cases are going to go for $25. And as being educational, I will give you facts about the animal you purchase. They will just give you your product. And my focus is to raise awareness for these endangered species while they have products that don't even deal with endangered species. So after going through all my materials and breaking it down to 1 unit and the cost of labor and my packaging, my cost of goods sold is $3.85. With my sell price being $20, I'm making $16.15 in profit. And in order for me to break even in a year, I have to sell 4 phone cases. So if my goal is to raise $26,000 in profit, I would have to sell 1,610 cases. I thought about what would be my peak months. My peak months, as you can see, will be January, February, May, August, and December. These specific months because of tax refund, graduation gifts, back to school shopping, and busy Christmas. A few goals I have for WildCase is to eventually produce a new product that will still raise awareness and style. I want to donate to the WWF, which is the World Wildlife Funds, and to the local zoos. I eventually want to sell my product across the country and put my product in retail stores. My name is Brianna Johnson, and will you help raise awareness and style?
One, I like that you were tying in with donations to WWF. Have you thought about actually tying in with anybody that they could get a phone? So you're selling one to many. So you're selling one to WWF as opposed to. Have you thought of tie-in partners?
I have thought about that. You
could probably also tie in with, the different animal rescue as well.
I know there's a wolf conservation stuff like that.
So one idea would be to, do a product line extension. So you're saving these animals that are endangered, followed by maybe some of those as well. Is there anything around a quantity discount? Get a certain number of cases.
I was gonna try to keep it around the same price. That way I'm still getting the same amount to be able to donate to other organizations.
Who's gonna make your cases for you?
I was gonna start off making them myself, and then eventually I was gonna hire other people.
So when you make the case yourself, you buy the cases from
So I can get like phone cases that have like the metal part that I can take off the sublimation paper, and I can heat press the image onto it and then put the image onto the case.
Let me tell you the truth. Can't do it. Because you're not gonna make any money. You have to get them mass produced. You need to make them for like 50 cents. I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but to make money in cases is very tough, especially since the large part of your market's gonna be selling to retail shops, like you said. And they're gonna want to buy them for, a buck or two and sell them for $20 themselves. So if your product is $20 and you're gonna make your money with the WWF yourself, you're gonna have to do all online basically. If you really want to get out there and make a lot of sales, you're gonna have to do it in retail stores across the world probably. And you're gonna be selling, making it for pennies. So I think the biggest barrier to entry to you is finding that manufacturer with a high quality case production, not a cheap one that's gonna not be quality because you want to sell it for a good price point. You have to get that logistics in place. The hardest thing about products, when you go to market with products, is making sure that your price point is right, not right in the MSRP, but right in the wholesale. So you need to make sure that you can get that for cheap. If you watch Shark Tank, they talk about that all the time. It's that, what do I buy this for? And I sell it to the retailer, they're gonna mark it up 100%. You know, I have to be able to do it for a good price. That's a consideration for those products.
Thank you. Good job.
All right, next up, Sophie Culture, Eco Project on deck. Is Kella? Doing that right?
Yeah.
Kella, you're in the hole.
Hi, my name is Sophie Stranko, and I'm the artistic director of my brand, Sophie Culture. Before I begin, it's important to give you a little bit of background information. The Kranzberg Arts Foundation provides infrastructure for the arts to thrive in the St. Louis region with an emphasis on Grand Center. The foundation owns 6 buildings, one of them being Sophie's Lounge, which will be my main focus today. Now getting into the problem. St. Louis gets a lot of negative publicity, especially with the crime rates. Each year, we are ranked as one of the most dangerous cities, and we are trying to make people want to visit St. Louis and bring it alive like cities like New York or Miami. Our goal has been to work with Sophie's Lounge to create merchandise in order to bring representation to the arts. We focus on neutral and simplistic designs, making all of our items unisex and able to be worn with anything. Also, we emphasize that 100% of the proceeds go back into the arts, which demonstrates our mission. My target market. Between our primary and secondary target market, the age range stays consistent at 21 to 50. We use a penetration pricing strategy to target an individual with an average household income of $70,000. The greater St. Louis area is our main target market with an emphasis on the Grand Avenue Theater District and the Washington Avenue Shopping District. We forecast that most of our sales will come from individuals who visit the lounge. Now, what sets us apart? I know I've mentioned giving back, but we really emphasize that 100% of our proceeds go back into the arts because it leverages us to set us apart from other companies selling merchandise, especially local companies. And it's also about the location, our passion, and most importantly, making everyone feel stylish and comfortable in our clothing. Being a part of Sophie's Lounge gives us so many opportunities for exposure and collaborating with artists. Sophie Culture sticks to its mission, and we cannot wait to see all of the possibilities that are in store for us. Now my logo. I have my name right there, Sophie Culture, with my slogan, moving art and fashion forward all the way around, because that is our goal, bringing art and fashion together in a common space. And this is, as I will show in a minute, displayed on all of my merchandise. And it's really just the basis of my brand at the moment. So my items. So right now I have hats, t-shirts, a hoodie, and a matching set that just came out. I use a local printing company called Byjack to print and produce all of my items. So I buy them directly from him and he prints them. And the cool thing about him is he has a website. And so my website is within Byjack's website. So if you search Sophie Culture, the first thing that comes up is my tab under his website. And with that, that also gives us exposure to anyone else visiting the website. You can also see right here, I have a picture. This is in Sophie's Lounge, and I have all of my merchandise displayed in cabinets. And so people can buy them there. Also, there will be QR codes on each table in the lounge where you can scan and order any item you would like. Now my pricing breakdown. So my t-shirts, I have two colors in t-shirts at the moment. I have a cream t-shirt, which is just plain on the front, my logo and slogan as I showed before on the back, and then my SC like lettering on the sleeve, and then the same one in black, like that, with the sleeve. And so I am selling each of the shirts for $35 each, which gives me a profit of $16.64. And then in terms of hats, I did not bring the black hat, but we have the white hat, which just has my patch with that same logo and slogan, and then the slogan on the side again. And then a limited edition camouflage hat, which is just like that. And then it doesn't have the slogan, it's just like that on the back. And with those, each of them, we sell them for $30, which gives us a profit of $15.23. Then we have one color of a sweatshirt, same as everything I've shown. Like that. And then it says Sophie Culture down the sleeves. And we sell those for $50 each, which gives us a profit of $17.60. And then my newest item, which just came in like a week ago, we have a matching set. And so we have my name down the pants. And then we have the matching sweatshirt, which just says Sophie Culture, and then St. Louis. And that, so we are selling the sweatshirt for $60 and the sweatpants for $60, which would give us $25 in profit for the sweatshirt and $22 in profit for the sweatpants. But if you buy them together, we will give it to you for $100, which gives us a $27 profit. And so as you can see with the matching set, with the bundle deal and stuff, this stuff has been my vision with my brand. The stuff I've shown you before, or showed you before, I love it and I'm passionate about it, but the matching set and the camouflage hat, that's what I'm trying to get into more, just because I think it's trendier and more exciting. So although I have not officially launched, which is why there is no pricing breakdown of sales of any of that items, back in September, I created merchandise for a music festival called Music at the Intersection. And so this was the shirt we created. And so I know it's hard to see, but so it says Sophie Culture times Music at the Intersection. And then we have a mural on the back. And so this is an example of my goal to collaborate with artists and bring representation to the arts in St. Louis. So, you know, being able to have a mural on a shirt, like that's really exciting for people. People like art and colors, which is fun. And so basically, so just breaking down the sales. So we sold 61 shirts for $2,440 in revenue and $1,220 in profit. And so that was really exciting for us to see because that was our first big launch. I say like getting our name really out there, and the shirts seemed to be really popular, which was good to see. So now in terms of promotional strategies, we use a grassroots approach. We have an Instagram account, which is at Sophie Culture STL, and we promote each item as it's released, and we hope to hold promotions such as giveaways in the future. So like I said before, we have the area in the lounge where you can purchase, and then QR codes on the tables where you can scan them and also purchase. And then also how I was talking about collaborating with artists in the future. So with Sophie's Lounge, we're obviously bringing artists into the space. And so being able to use those artists to potentially make shirts with them is really going to be exciting. And then once they put it on their social media, such as Instagram with a lot of followers, that will also give us a lot of traction. Thank you.
All right, next up we have Eco
Yeah, no, that's good.
Project, followed by Kella, and then Red over Heel.
Whatever you. Yeah, get the clicker. Oh, here you go. There you go. Just left and right on there, right there.
You said left, right?
Yeah, the right one should advance the slide. So.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Devon Tisworth. I'm the CEO and founder of the nonprofit organization, The Eco Project, rebuilding America one community at a time. Problem: dilapidated neighborhoods and communities. If you look around St. Louis City, you will see a lot of dilapidated houses and vacant lots. America strikes as the highest obesity and negative rates. I got a question. Who like McDonald's? By raising hand. Can hear you. McDonald's. What about Burger King? Burger King? Not even. Rallies?
That's the one, right?
It's the one? Then I had the first question. Right, poverty. 689 million people worldwide live in poverty. 43,000 people in St. Louis live in poverty as well. That's a problem. St. Louis is one of the most run down cities in America. Did you guys know that? Wow. Solution: a vacant lot plus the help of the community equals a community garden. Mission, vision, and impact statement. Our mission is to give less fortunate communities access to fresh food, teach life skills, unify communities, and bring neighborhoods together to achieve a common goal. Our vision is to see dilapidated neighborhoods convert into a safe and beautiful place for the community to come together. Impact statement. We plan on having ex-felons volunteer to learn new skills to help change their lives because I believe everyone deserves a second chance. 10% of our donations are going to agricultural scholarships. Marketing analysis. Our demographics are African American, primarily parents with a secondary of kids. Geographics are urban communities, metropolitan areas, and low-income communities with the psychographics of hardworking and the buying patterns of veggie and fruit eaters. As you can tell right here, our target market and total population in the US is 39 million, with a total market in Missouri of 700,000 and a market size in St. Louis of 87,000. Marketing itself, we plan to market by websites and apps. So you may wonder, websites and apps. Everybody, sorry. Websites and apps so our customers can have a platform for them to basically promote or showcase their community gardens to bring St. Louis back together and unify us as one. A gala and event to raise money, direct mail, target zip code directly to you, door-to-door advertisement, and social media such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Eventbrite. Competition. I have two indirect competitors. Snooks prices ranges weekly, but it's not always fresh. And the Sweet Potato Project. They are inexpensive, but they only go into communities and grow sweet potatoes. But it is organic. And us, the Eco Project, we're inexpensive produce and give communities access to fresh and organic produce. My value proposition and competitive advantage are, like I said in the beginning, I have no direct competitors. This gives opportunities for neighborhoods to work cooperatively and build communities. My startup funds. In this box right here, this is my variable expenses, and right here, these are my fixed expenses. Cost structure and revenue projection. Being that I am a nonprofit, my cost structure will look different from everyone else. If you can look at the bottom, my variable expenses is $91.60, which leave my fixed expenses of $10,579.95. So my total expenses is $10,671.55. Being that said, my contribution margin is $8,500. That's a huge gap between my total expenses and my contribution margin. So you may wonder, where's the money coming from? Plate fees from the gala, cost of food, and grants, and equals my revenue of cost. Future plans. Like I said in the beginning, I plan to apply for Whole Food Marketing Gardening Grant, which is a $3,000 grant, Urban Agriculture Resilience Program grant, and a gala to help raise money for my nonprofit organization. Partner with landscaping companies to install irrigation systems inside community gardens. Build an app so our customers can promote their business. Well, not promote their business. So our customers can basically showcase their business. Start a healthy eating campaign as well. Once again, my name is Devon Tisworth. I'm the CEO and founder of the nonprofit organization, The Eco Project, rebuilding America one community at a time.
Any questions? So, have you seen other cities where this has worked? This is in existence. It's in Boston, it's in Tulsa.
Mhm.
It's usually a local community that works together in that neighborhood to have their own garden.
Mhm.
You definitely need to research those and find out how they work.
Not at all. So basically, the research that I seen was basically targeted in St. Louis. So in St. Louis, we really don't have that. We only have the sweet potato park. So first, I want to start locally and then expand nationally.
What I'm saying is, look at those other examples,
Okay,
as
gotcha.
examples to learn from, because they're doing it and how are they doing it? So that would be a good place. to
So
start.
I got a question on that. Would there be communities coming together and like cleaning up their own community?
I usually starts from a political move like that, where the
Mhm.
community has an impetus to do this. And then they form a nonprofit of some kind to organize and run. And they sell plots for individuals to grow their own crops, because maybe they live in an urban area where they don't have land or something. If you get the land donated from the city or some kind of a fund to buy vacant lots, or a big area, and the city needs to be redeveloped in that regard, you would still have to sell the plots to people to garden there. Otherwise, the cost just never, it doesn't work over time.
So with the LRA, they have a program called the LRA, basically where you can get a vacant lot for actually $1 and up. So yeah, that's why I was going more up into. Any more questions?
More of a comment. I love the energy.
Thank you.
And it's catchy. So the other thing is, I like how, instead of asking, how am I going to get this done? You ask, who can help me get this done? And you talked about landscapes, you talked about shrubs, you talked about that program for $1, So I like that you're thinking that way as well for a nonprofit. Well
Yes.
done.
So if you look around in community, maybe not this area, but maybe in St. Louis City, you'll see a lot of vacant houses, things like that, which the community can come together and actually change it around. Give St. Louis a different look, like you said, for visitors to come and be like, wow, this is St. Louis. And so that's what my.
I also think that you don't need to worry about doing just one lot, and maybe you don't need to think about just St. Louis. There are organizations like Zachary's Playground in Citrus County. They have a bunch of playgrounds that are very, very expensive, but they did one and then they got the other cities to buy as well. So if you do one really, really good and you get people buying on that one example, you can sell that example to other locations. I think that's where you can start, is just get one done and do it really well.
Any more questions?
Nice one.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, next up is Kella, followed by Red over heels, Reed over heels. And then insert type.
I'll give you guys the 1 minute reminder.
Thank you.
I'm Kushi and this is Ella and our business is Kella. We are a jewelry. I'm going to start off with a very, very personal story. So a few years ago, I lost my mother to a very severe heart condition. The hardest moment of my life still is. And right after that, I had a lot of people reaching out to me, showing their support. But after a few months, no one really seemed to care that much. No one really reached out or connected with me. And it really just seemed like they only cared about the publicity, or they felt like they needed to tell me that they were there for me, but it didn't really seem like they were. And I didn't want to have anyone feel that way. So with my partner Kushi, we built Kella. Kella is a jewelry business aimed with the goal of turning style into support. We offer a variety of different colors and styles for everyone's liking. Our jewelry is handmade, and a portion of our proceeds are donated to charity. Our target market, in each gift bag, you'll find a QR code. You can scan the QR code and send it a message of encouragement. That message will then be handwritten by either me or Ella and then sent to the children at the St. Louis Children's Hospital. Our target market is women aged 12 to 30. We mainly advertise through Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook Marketplace. So far, we've made over $1,000 in revenue. All of our jewelry costs less than $3 to make and is priced from $10 to $18. We also donate 40% of our proceeds to Children's Hospital, and so far we've donated $200. Our first launch were our storm support sets, and this cost us $1.26 to make and were sold for $15. This launch allowed us to break even in 2 weeks. Our second launch were our crystal necklaces, and these cost us $2.99 to make and were sold for $18. This launch allowed us to double our profits in 1 week. Our last launch included our Keep Your Loved Ones clothes lockets, angel number necklaces, and From My Heart to Yours heart sets. This has been our most rewarding launch and has allowed us to successfully make a donation of $200 to Children's Hospital.
Right now, we are working on a more effective way to promote and advertise our company. We've done lots of different workshops on social media advertising, and in the future, we will be doing different giveaways and different promotional events in order to get our name out there and create more traction. We are also currently working on selling in different shops, as in Hallmarks or different gift shops around the St. Louis area. But our main goal as of right now is to make another $500 donation to the children at Children's Hospital. Due to our current sales, we hope to make this before the end of May. As a jewelry company, there is a lot of competition. It's a very, very difficult market, but Kella works to be different from those around them. When it comes to sentimental gifts, products are starting to be sold and created only for the seller, not for the receiver. Kella's collection is made to build connection with those and the ones you love, that creates everlasting support and care and brings you back to the main reason as to why you're giving a gift in the first place. Along with this, our jewelry is also handmade, and that ensures that we have our personal love into each individual piece, and this hardship and care is important to building that connection with our different customers. We also, with our encouragement notes to our different Children's Hospital, it sets us apart from our other competition and makes us different and ensures that with every Kella purchase, you are making a difference in somebody's life and brightening somebody else's day.
Jewelry is no longer just a fashion statement. It is personal and shares a message. To Kella, being client-focused in the jewelry industry means regarding each and every client as an individual rather than as another number to a trend. We take the time to get to know our customers, listen to their stories, and learn about their lifestyles, which big corporations lack. At Kella, we believe everyone deserves support. No one should feel alone again, not with Kella on the market. Thank you.
So that's a great, I love how you started with a personal story and got us connected, by the way. One of the things you said is you build the connection to the user, and you started to say how are you doing that? Because that wasn't clear. And like, how are you learning their story, and then how does that translate into the jewelry that you're creating?
Yes, we have, when you're on our website and you are purchasing one of our pieces of jewelry, you are able to write your own message as to you can explain maybe where it's going to and who you are supporting in buying that piece of jewelry and sending it to them, which is important for us. And then it also builds connection with us, because then those notes and different letters that are written will be given to the young children at Children's Hospital to help them feel encouraged.
So that's through the encouragement.
Yes.
That's okay.
So how much does it cost to make one piece?
It costs us $1.26 for our butterfly sets.
Okay, and that's just materials, not labor?
That's
Yes.
just material.
Okay, so I'm assuming you guys are laborers?
Yeah, we make the jewelry.
Okay, so when you actually hire laborers, right?
Mhm.
Your costs will go up, right? Labor is typically most of your costs when it comes to manufacturing. How much are you anticipating that costing you per piece of jewelry? And would you change your prices based off of that, or would your prices remain?
I think our pricing would stay the same. We have looked into hiring, and right now we're thinking 20 pieces of jewelry in 1 hour, and we'll give them $20. But we have not gotten into the hiring yet.
And profit margin, just curious, so far?
We have grown, I think it's 60%. I believe when I checked last week.
60%. And then
What was it profit? I think profit margin.
yeah.
Yeah, so profit margin. So you said it's $1.26 cost and you're selling them for how much?
18.
Those ones are 15, yes.
And then you have maybe that will go up.
Correct.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Good
much.
job. Okay.
All right, next up is Red Over Heels, Enter Titan, and then Saltwater Farm.
So I'll give you the 1 minute warning, okay? Feel free to grab full chairs where you want. Whenever you're ready.
Okay. Hello, everyone. So I first wanted to start with a little story. So a couple years ago, I was searching YouTube like most teenagers do, and I came across a trailer for a new movie. And so when I saw that trailer, I was instantly like, oh my gosh, this sounds so good. And I really wanted to check it out. So I did some research and I found out that this was a book before it was a series. So that exact same night, I bought the book and then read that in one night and then decided to read the rest of the series. And then I went back on YouTube after finishing that series and I did some research trying to find books like that one, and I stumbled across the book community. So a little bit about me, I've always been a big reader, but especially in the last couple of years, I've been reading a lot. On average, per year, I read about 150 books. And a year and a half ago, I decided to start my book blog because I really wanted to share my love of books and the authors that I love. So kind of the journey. I started my brand with a passion for reading. In the book community, I really began with nothing and didn't really know what I was doing. I feel like a lot of creators feel that way. And so I started out first just reaching out to different people and really trying to connect with them over books and getting to know them. And so that's kind of where my brand is today, from my authenticity. So my brand is called Red Over Heels, and it is a multi-revenue business. I am on multiple different social media platforms, including Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and it is a brand created to connecting over books and gushing over books. So some highlights from this time. I have gotten the pleasure to meet lots of famous authors. A couple weeks ago, I went to a book signing in Nashville, and this is actually one of the authors. Her name is Gianna Darling. She's a New York Times bestselling author. And from this, I've networked a lot, and a lot of these authors are following me now. And because of my networking, I've also gotten the pleasure to go on different YouTube platforms where these people and creators have over 50,000 followers. And so I've gotten to do collaborations with them and do videos with them, which is super cool. So this is kind of a little bit of a screenshot into my Instagram. So right now the book community is very popular. An example of this is what made headlines a couple weeks ago. Brandon Sanderson is a very popular fantasy author, and he did a Kickstarter and he raised $20 million because people were so excited for his books. And so why I'm different than other creators in this community is because I'm very authentic and really work through networking. And I feel like a lot of other creators don't have that network and base of friends to help them and help smaller creators out and get, bigger creators to help me out and so on and so forth. And my brand is really just about positivity and building a positive space for discussing books. So for the money ask, I would use $1,000 to keep up the momentum I have going. I would use $500 to invest in a studio for filming, use $300 for Google ads, and use $200 for TikTok ads. And another thing I wanted to mention was that free reviews are a no-cost item, and it is a free thing to make money off of, which I do a lot of book reviews, and I've gotten lots of books for free received by lots of authors. And here are some more pictures of some authors. And that is the end of this presentation. Thank you so much.
Here's the 150 books. Wow, that's awesome. You know, I love your focus.
Mhm.
And one of the questions I have is around how you're growing.
Yeah.
So I like how you have a methodical, you know, crawl, walk, run way of going.
Mhm.
Can you tell me more about your studio and what $500?
So it would go into more of like camera stuff, backgrounds, and like lighting, because I really want to showcase my personality through my studio, and that's how I use that money for.
So not a physical location.
No,
Just the
it
equipment.
yeah, the equipment one, yeah.
You're a YouTube personality. That's your business. Am I wrong on this? I'm trying to understand.
Yeah, so basically with my like brand is that you're kind of investing as me as a person, but also just my brand Red Over Heels. When I was talking earlier about my multi-revenue business, it's just me on different platforms. Does that help you?
Yeah, you're making money because YouTube pays you because people
The
watch you.
yeah,
and
people watch
there's
the ads,
Yeah.
and I can also get brand deals from different bookish brands. That,
Yeah. Well, this is a viable business. It's happening all the time. I think you can do great at it. There's no problems in this business model at all. This is not replicatable. It's you. It's your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
You need almost nothing to start up. You can do it in your room right now.
which I'm doing. Yeah.
I think it's great. Is it a business that's going to get investors to give $1 million? The answer is no. And so I love it a lot, but it is what it is.
Yeah. I do. Any more questions?
Great job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Next up is Enter Titan, and then Saltwater Farms, and then Laura and Leslie Perry for Treasure Public.
I'm the audience.
So I'm gonna give you the 1 minute warning if you're getting close.
Okay.
All right.
Cryptocurrency is a new IPO, but maybe not long. The Super Bowl on average pulls in 96.5 million views, and the NFL by choice provided a complimentary NFT and other tickets sold this year. This is an insane jump to public light that we know is destined to get even bigger.
Crypto is a hot topic with no way around it. And people are throwing money at it before they have a true investment strategy or any real knowledge behind their investment other than they're investing in the mainstream coins. And that's where we come in.
Crypto is going to be a part of everyone's future, but most people don't understand it. The news changes every day and people are unable to understand. We provide simple news so they can get it. We provide email news so they can get it every day.
Anyone who would like to learn about crypto and essentially be prepared for their financial future should use our service. The reason I say this is because many crypto professionals agree that crypto will be a major part of everybody's financial future. So we're focusing on making that sometimes confusing process and transforming it into a process where many teenagers can learn and truly understand the process of learning about crypto.
The crypto market grows every year, and people throw money at it before even having a chance to understand what it is. The global market increased to 1.5 billion last year, and this is an insane jump. And it's projected to get even bigger this coming year.
We're also teaming up with the Cryptocurrency Club at Parkway Central and Parkway West in order to create a learning plan for students in the club. Pairing this along with the use of websites like Reddit and apps like Instagram to create great user engagements and also to get experts in our field to help us along our young entrepreneurial journey. We also have good profit margins at around $15 a month, which allows for a very good price for our users, while also giving me and my partner enough money to properly reinvest in our business.
So the crypto market has changed, and everyone knows that, and people don't even know what crypto is. And the main two cryptos are Bitcoin and Ethereum, but there's a whole other market with other coins to it, but people don't know what these are. They just invest in the two with any fundamental knowledge behind it. So we provide a simple service. We have videos, we have graphs, we have charts, and we have influencers who all provide simple information to people. We are seeking the money today to continue to grow and promote our business through these platforms. So far, we have just under 100 people through our community who we provide information for.
Here at InterTitan, our goal is to provide an amazing overall user experience for everybody that uses our service. Anybody who uses our service.
We have some competitions such as CoinStack and Pompletter. However, these are just two, and they get in-depth detail. Teenagers can't understand it. We simplify everything down into short paragraphs every day. They can get news every day. We write those ourselves.
We hope to hear the name of our company in the mouths of young investors everywhere and be able to provide them with a fundamental set of learning skills that helps them succeed in having a successful financial future, and also give them the skills proper to invest in crypto in the future. So I ask you, who's ready to learn?
So how does it cost to sign up for the newsletter?
So yeah, $15 a month is what it costs to sign up with.
Oh, so that's why you were saying it's a $15 profit.
Right, yeah, because yes. So the first month is actually just $1, just to like get you into it, and then after that, it starts charging about $15 a month.
And we write everything ourselves, and we are working with influencers, with videos, people who are higher up in the crypto world, so then they can promote us as well.
Yeah, and like I said, we're also going through avenues like Reddit and Instagram to also like DM different influencers and go to different subreddits that also help us just get more knowledge and make sure we're writing correct information, which is our main idea. We need to have correct information for these kids to learn.
So are you writing all your content, or are you also aggregating content?
So we're writing most of our content right now, but in the future, hopefully when we get a little bit more revenue coming in, we'll have, more professional people start like to help us out more, and we'll still be writing stuff, but we're also getting graphs, like crypto graphs, and we're also getting infographics and stuff like that as well. But those are in our premium services. So.
And then do you plan to try to bring in advertisers to help, like,
Yeah.
for, affiliates?
Yeah.
and-
So right now we're mainly just doing Instagram ads and also TikTok and stuff like that. But yeah, eventually once we, get some money and get some revenue, then we'll start doing different advertisements like that.
Well, not advertisements, actually have sponsors
Oh
on
yeah.
your email.
Yeah. Yes. It.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're trying that would be the goal eventually. We don't have any right now, but yeah.
So your target market is teenagers like
Mhm.
yourselves,
Yeah.
who aren't known to have a lot of disposable income.
Right. Mhm.
So what are your thoughts about shifting your business model to focus less on teenagers that aren't known to have a lot of disposable income to invest in cryptocurrency, to just making it easy for those that are not as tech savvy or financial savvy?
Yeah.
Just the kind of investing in cryptocurrency for idiots or something.
Yeah.
Right.
That-
So yeah,
That's what we kind of started out, but we've been working, like you said, with the Parkway West and Parkway, and we gave them free information to start, and they enjoyed it, and they were successful with the information we gave them, and then they said, oh, that's really good. They did our subscription so far because they had success with the information we gave them, and now they were successful with it.
Yeah. So this idea was just based off of people from our schools basically coming up to us and asking to learn about information. So basically we just made a company where they could just go to our website, basically, and just pay for our subscription, and then they'll have a bunch of news to their disposal and also graphs and infographics, like I said. Yeah, thank you.
Last question. So how do you guys make it easier to digest than your competitors?
So it's like it's kind of like a row of articles. So we start with a general article, just giving like the very, very like basic ideas and stuff like that. And as you go up the articles, it'll give like the first article will give you the foundational information needed to like learn about the second article and be able to read it and understand it. And that article will give you enough information to understand the next article. And just keeps going.
Certification. If you have to go through it in a linear way in that regard,
Uh-huh.
you should offer a certification, they pay for it at the end. That's how you make some money.
Okay, yeah, that's a great idea. Thank you.
Let's work.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, next up is Saltwater Farms, followed by Treasure Publishing and Blaze Mobile Detail.
All right, let's give the judges a few minute break. You need to use the restroom. Sorry.
Justin, I'm gonna do that to the next.
Well, I was
We can do
asked.
that.
I was asked. So
Oh, I can
no,
wait.
we'll just do it. No, we're gonna do it now. We're gonna do it now. Take a quick 5-minute break.
Sorry.
Miss Kennedy, yes. Okay.
I'm just gonna try to sneak down.
No,
when
you're
it
good.
wasn't my
You're good.
Or anything, let us know.
What's going on?
They're stuck in the parking garage. So you have to have a key card to use the elevator after 6 p.m.
Oh, you do, really?
Yes.
Oh.
So they're getting stuck. So fortunately, like,
Yeah.
we've gone down and let some of the folks in, but if you have any kids that are missing, that might be where they are.
Okay,
Because we just let a whole slew of parents.
Yeah, I saw a whole chunk of people coming
That,
in.
yes.
Okay, all right, good to know.
That was the panic. We're in the garage.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's no problem. I was like, where are
Luckily, we're behind schedule, so it's we're fine. Thank you for the heads up.
you? Just let me know if you're missing anybody.
Yeah, they're probably in the garage. Got it.
It was in the top part because I just said in my bio, because I work for a big company out of New York. And I knew Josh Creek, and then everybody went to We'll figure it out, right?
See if I can sit down.
No, it's amazing. I'm just trying to get like all the notes down here. I'm trying to encourage them.
Justin.
I'll give you the 1 minute warning when you got 1 minute left. Okay?
I thought you were telling me to wait.
No.
Finally got that perfect.
No. That's how my days, man.
Click there is,
I'm gonna get you set up.
Ready as you can. All right. Start back up with Saltwater Farm.
hello, my name is Jerry, and this is Jerry Zhang, and this is my company, Saltwater Farms. There's an issue in the saltwater and the seafood market. Your shrimp is dirty. It comes from unhygienic practices overseas and even refused products from Europe. So what is my solution? I want to do indoor shrimp aquaculture. I'll be using recirculating indoor farming systems that have a high amount of quality control and are organically grown. The solutions and what makes my solution good is that it's antibiotic and medicine free, which means it counts as organic, and it is extremely low impact using very little land and electricity. It is a superior product as the safe growing conditions make the shrimp more delicious and cleaner. My business model is mainly a business-to-business sales model, and I plan to use short growth periods of around 60 days to 3 months, and it costs $2 to $5 in food to raise 1 pound of shrimp. I will be selling at $18 for my bulk selling price, with $14 as my smaller prices to get people interested. I will use live same-day delivery, which is a service not provided by anybody else. Alternative streams of income include consulting fees from other people interested in getting into the industry, as well as research grants from these 3 organizations, as well as others, and also farmer-to-farmer sales. The business model, this is a graph from the University of Purdue, and I'm using the $18 a pound at the 20 to 25 size, which means within one bag, which is 1 pound shrimp, you get around 25 or 21 shrimp, and it is a 46% profit margin. My competition is down to two farms in Missouri, which is Triple J and Clearwater, and it is in such an extremely high demand that I don't really compete with them very much, and they're not in my local area. Neither do they offer same-day delivery. The industry is high barrier to entry. However, that is not because of a financial reason, but because it's a skill level. But because I have experience raising sea animals, it'll be easier for me. My starting costs, I've basically reached all my starting costs thanks to a generous grant from my angel investors, which means I'm currently in the process of building my full-size tank. My number breakdown. So within one batch, I will start with 6,000 triplets, and that is a $96 order. And in the final harvest, which is the $18 21.25 size, it is 4,500 shrimp basically, and that sells around 216 units per tank. That creates 3,800 in revenue, and it is under 46% profit. I get around $1,800 in profit in the final harvest. However, I will make money from the smaller sizes earlier on. And the plans for my target market is I have competitive pricing with other organic sellers, especially at the smaller sizes. And I have a differentiated product that is both live, fresh, and delivered. My the market size price is $16 to $19. I will also be selling at organic farmers markets and mid to high-end restaurants. There was a list of different restaurants on here, and I plan to do a couple local farmers markets, as well as this company that has a internal farmers markets for its employees. I've already started talking to them, along with another one at a local church, and they have expressed interest when my final harvest comes around. And this is bound to be a very successful business because it produces $1,500 to $1,900 in profit. I've already begun and invested personal funds, and it has been proven to be a successful business elsewhere with a lot of room for innovation. Thank you.
Very good time for questions
Yeah.
if you want.
But
sorry.
what's your turn time? You said $30,800 is your sale of a produced product, and you make $1,700. What's your turn rate? Are you doing it every day, every week, every month?
That is per tank, per growth period, and the growth period is 60 days to 3 months, depending on what size and what supplement.
Okay, so you're doing that 4 times a year, and you're making $1,700 4 times a year. So you're talking about $7,000 a year. How many per tank? How many tanks are you gonna have?
Right now, I'm going to start with 1, but if I can, it's kind of weird because I can get the efficiency higher and they will grow faster and faster as I get more experience. But I'll start with 1 to get used to it, and then I'll move to 3 to start my real business, which means I can have, I'll start them at different times, which means I have a cycle of harvests, so I can consistently have some, and I just keep adding more and more. On this page, one of the main things I'm looking for is a farm location in order to expand. But the amount of work I had to put in for an extra tank isn't much more than.
What's the shrimp cost at Shrimps, for instance? If you're gonna buy a pound, how much is it there?
Well, they don't sell like my type of shrimp, but at my size.
So you're gonna be selling it for more than Shrimps, which is fine, to premium locations like high-end restaurants.
Yes.
It's a market, it works. My brother does this in his basement, but
Really?
yeah, but not shrimp, other fish. But the problem he's running into is that the cost of the tanks is too prohibitive for the amount of profit you can get from them. My guess is your tanks are very cheap, or you have a big amount of money coming in to buy the equipment.
I'm assuming he's probably farming tilapia. Is that correct? Or
I just know what I just said.
Okay.
It's a passing conversation. I'm not that interested, but I want to be interested, so you can tell me.
so the curious thing about shrimp is they can be produced at really high intensities, and they're a lot easier to keep alive. Like they don't cost that much food. because I'm using a unique called Biofloc system.
Your tank, what's it cost? One of your tanks that makes you 7,000 a year.
1,400 if I reuse some of the equipment. So,
Okay, so you're getting your money back.
yeah. Within one harvest.
Why'd the third farm go out of business?
The third farm went out of business. Well, I actually thought it was a like a food shrimp farm. It's a pet shrimp, so it doesn't count. So that's why it says 3, it should be 2. And then yes.
Good job. Thank you.
Next up, treasurer.
You guys do.
Followed by Blaze Mobile Detailing, and then Southside State School.
I'll give you the 1 minute warning. Okay.
My cousin was born with a rare condition called congenital hypotonia. Even today, at 18 years old, she's still going to physical therapy to try and build her muscles, which never fully developed. When we were young, we didn't get to run around and play like kids usually do, but we still had so much fun growing up together. I remember years ago, she asked me if I could write a book with a character with a disability. So for her, I wrote Flora and the Festival of Fairies. Now, welcome to disability awareness. About 10% of the population has some kind of disability, and over 3 million of those people are kids in the US. Now, I think we should take a moment to ask ourselves, how are these kids going to grow up? And I don't mean physically, I mean, how will society and the thoughts and opinions of people around them affect their lives? Have we built a safe and loving environment for this community? Not really. Through years of discrimination and hate, we've made significant progress towards equality, but we cannot stop here. There's still this lasting stigma that's passed from generation to generation about disabilities. People know about them, they know about the history, but they still don't want to talk about them. But for any issue to be resolved, we have to be willing to talk about it, and we have to be willing to listen. So only 3.4% of books include a character with a disability. So with my book, I want to show that disabilities are not a bad thing. And through self-empowerment and love and friendship and a fun and exciting story, now is the best time for this book on the market, especially as awareness is rising of this issue. It becomes a more pertinent issue for all age groups. Now meet Flora. She's a young fairy who only has 1 wing, so she could never fly around with the other fairies, so she often felt left out. She's shy, but she still loves to adventure. And with the help of her friends, she can do anything she sets her mind to. There are over 20.24 million kids ages 5 to 9 as of 2020, creating a $2.6 billion market in the children's book market, with a 3.3 annualized increase, which isn't a lot, but it is steady and not unexpected in this market. And I'm competing with other children's picture books, but my unique value comes from the lessons of inclusivity and empowerment, and light and earthy illustrations, along with the fun and entertaining writing style of yours truly. With a finished manuscript and my artist in the drawing room, I've been working to share and promote everything we've been doing. Sorry, we've got a lot of promotions in this newspaper article written by Sophia Spicuzza, and also an introductory video done by James Scorberg. And I also got the amazing opportunity to meet with the Parkway Alumni Association and talk to them about this as well. Other marketing includes my social media platforms, Instagram being my main, but posts can also be seen on the other platforms listed. Pre-orders will be available 3 months ahead of launch, with courtesy gift baskets being sent to pre-selected influencers with exposure to the target markets, which are mothers, school teachers, young readers, and the disability community. So the official team consists of me and my sister Ruby, who is my artist, but we have had help from many friends, family, and some amazing mentors. So every version of every book needs an ISBN to identify it in libraries and bookstores. So I'll be buying a pack of 10 for $295. The leftover will be used for future books I'll be writing. I'm going to be spending $20 on a pack of 100 business cards to start out, and $250 for those PR gifts, along with $100 a month for publishing for advertising and marketing. And being an author can be difficult because we're essentially working for free up until the point of publish. So all of the money I'll be making is after the work is done. So with that, I'm using Amazon Publishing because there is no immediate cost with their print-on-demand services. And I've been able to calculate a $7.25 profit selling at $15 on the market. And with widespread interest, I expect to break even within the first couple weeks of launch. In essence, I want to help kids with disabilities understand their worth and spread awareness across all demographics with more inclusive material for kids that they enjoy. And yeah, so please help me and help Flora to the festival and to the market, and follow me on Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn at Gwen Treasure. Thank you.
So is the book complete?
The writing is, the art is not.
Okay. And what's the timetable on that?
We're not completely sure because we haven't done a project like this before, but hoping sometime this summer.
Okay, so you get this investment, let's say you win this competition, you get this investment, what's next? What's the breakdown of how you invest that money?
Well, I'd probably start off using it on advertisements. I'd buy those ISBNs. I'm also thinking about adding a small plush to go along with it as an add-on for anyone who wants that. It also is like one of the characters in the book acts as one of the guides. So I think that would be a really cool opportunity for that.
So awesome idea. And so the timing's great because there's so much awareness around diversity, equality, and inclusion. And so good for you. So I didn't understand like what the distribution is. So you said you're going to use Amazon Publishing, but how are you going to sell it and how are you going to promote it? And
okay, yeah. So it will be available on Amazon. So with that, I hopefully will be able to branch out to more publishing industries, get it into bookstores and stuff. And I will be marketing on Instagram, doing those ads, TikTok for sure. Yeah, did I answer that question completely? Yeah. Awesome.
Thank you. Good job.
Thank you.
All right, next up, Blaze Mobile Detailing, followed by Southside State School, and then Essential Candles.
Yes.
I'll give you a 1 minute warning, okay, if you need it.
my name is Jack Blaze and my business is Blaze Mobile Detail. I specialize in giving you a scratch and swirl mark free exterior and interior detail, and most importantly, I will come to you wherever you are. So for many vehicle owners, an automatic car wash is simply not a good fit. Firstly, your car may be covered with mud, contaminants, brake dust, and be in need of a deeper cleaning. Secondly, not everyone has the time in their day to fit in a trip to the car wash or wash their car themselves. Finally, it is true that automatic car washes can leave behind scratches, swirl marks, and water spots. I know this because I work at it. My business solves all these problems by coming to you with all the equipment necessary and giving you a gentle yet more detailed wash than a car wash. Although I'm open to anyone who might want this service, my target market is luxury car, sport car, and supercar owners who want to keep their car in perfect condition, keep their paint looking pristine, and who also appreciate the convenience of me coming to them. Let's be honest, people are lazy, but with my business, you can continue to be lazy because it's like DoorDash or Instacart, but for car washing. This industry is also very profitable. In fact, the car wash and detailing industry generated $27 billion in 2020 alone and is expected to continue growing. There's truly a strong need for this service in 2022 because of how expensive cars are these days due to COVID, supply chain issues, and more. People are really not in the market for a new car, which causes them to love the cars they have and care for them much more than ever before. And just another one of the solutions that comes with my business is I help preserve the value of your car and prevent any wear and tear that might occur without a strong attention to detail. So there are other detail shops in St. Louis, but my qualifications will allow me to outlast the competition. Like I said, I already work at a car wash and I'm very detail oriented and experienced with cleaning all types of cars. I've worked there for about 2 years and I'm very dedicated to giving each customer as best an experience as possible. I've also done a lot of research and watched many detailing videos so I know what I'm doing. Additionally, I have connections such as my friend who's a car photographer where I have the ability to promote my business. But what makes my business so unique is that I come to you. There are not many people in the St. Louis area who do this despite the strong need for it. The very few people that do mobile detailing services are more focused on doing paint polishing, ceramic coatings, and other services that can take hours based on the research I did on that. And my focus is more of a quicker 1 to 2.5 hour detail that can be done without interrupting my customer's schedule. It can be done while they're at work, at an appointment, or just at home, and that is truly the convenience of my business. So my prices and services are outlined on this table. You will see that it says starting at before the price, and that's just because it will vary based on the size of the vehicle. I will be also charging some extra things here for some additional services, and a clay bar just helps removing the extra dirt from the car. And also keep in mind that I'm factoring in the cost of driving to wherever you are living. And here's basically what I showed you before, but with more specific prices and describing the services in greater detail. And my services are definitely somewhat changed based on the needs of my customers. Here's a table of all the equipment I originally needed. Total amount is about $1,150, and very fortunately, I did pitch to an investor who gave me a donation of $1,200 to buy everything on here. But I definitely still need more money to buy things like a polisher and extractor, which can be very expensive, and also insurance. So now, when I thought about what my profit was going to be a couple months ago, I predicted that I would have already broken even by now. But the reality is, although a business like this is sustainable year-round, it is not exactly easy to launch a business like this in the middle of the winter, when having a clean car is the last thing on everyone's mind and people are storing the Ferrari or whatever for the winter. That being said, I've done some of my family members and friends' cars to help prepare myself and provide some before and after pictures. Additionally, I've created a pretty nice website, set up a Facebook and Instagram page, and ordered some business cards. Yeah. Nevertheless, one of my main sources of advertisement for this business will be involving myself with car meets and car fairs. In the coming weeks, when the meets start up again, I will be doing everything I can to put myself out there and give out business cards and advertise in every way possible. I will be taking advantage of all the connections I have, and from there, my business will really be able to flourish and spread by word of mouth. Additionally, I discovered that when I detailed one of my classmates' cars for the first time, there were actually a few people nearby watching who became interested in my business. My classmate posted this business on his Snapchat, and that actually brought me a few potential clients. And I actually do have 4 details scheduled for over spring break so far. This is another one of the things I'm going to rely on when it comes to spreading my business. Finally, whenever I see a nice car or a car that could really use a detail, I make sure to leave my business card in the window. I know there are a ton of potential customers out there. It's just a matter of finding them. Of course, once I'm able to have a few actual customers under my belt, I can really establish my brand identity much more and do things like designing merchandise. And thinking long term to really turn this into a very profitable business, I would then hire and train employees that I would take a percentage from. And here's a rough prediction of my profit for the coming months. In conclusion, thank you so much for listening, and I hope you're ready for a detailing solution that comes to you.
I used to hire a mobile detailing company. They did a great job. They usually spent 3+ hours and it cost me $160, $170. I think the reason that your competitors are spending more time is because it's hard to find customers that want to spend that kind of money for a car detailing. So you want to get as much out of that one customer as you can. So upselling them is the way to go. I think you're going to go, that was 10 years ago, by the way. I think you're going to be more around $200 and you'll spend 3 to 4 hours. So we're going to be happy to pay you that, but yep, that's the kind of service I think you're going to find the most common.
I would agree. I ironically had a auto detailing company for 16 years. So, and was charging $150 twice. And so one of the ideas, I like that you talked about the insurance, because that's important. But the other part is scale. And so you'll get there. But part was you've got one truck to one car, right? So how do you scale? So if you can find a place like perhaps a retail, where you have all the people there, you can just go private.
I've definitely, I've called a few apartments so far. I've come in, brought flyers and stuff. And yeah, it's not exactly, I've had any calls back yet, but
You got it.
I just have to find the right one.
And you can add services. I ended up doing like Monsanto's cars and things like that. So if you go to corporations, then you can have people while they work, you can take care of their car.
Thanks.
All right, thank you.
Good job.
All right, next up is Southside Skate School, followed by Essential Candles and On Your Time Card.
Hey guys, if you run out of time, I'll give you the 1 minute one. Okay.
All right, so hello all. My name is Noah Garland.
I'm Jordan Newman.
And we are here today to excitedly share something that we've been working very hard to bring to life. So skateboarding has always been a part of our lives, whether it be skateboarding friends of ours or our parents, or just growing up in South City and being surrounded by the sound of hard wheels and concrete. Skating has taught us several valuable lessons and skills, and has even welcomed us into a community as some of the most loving and supportive people we could have ever asked for. Skateboarding means everything to us, keeping us out of trouble and giving us a new outlook on life. With this idea in mind, we wanted to share our passion and to hopefully help some kids find themselves in skateboarding.
The problem: don't care for organized sports, want to learn a fun and free new skill? Well, Southside Skate School might just be your answer.
Skating is one of the only sports that allows you to express yourself in any way you choose and also progress at your own pace.
So what is the Southside Skate School? We offer skateboarding lessons to anyone who is interested and willing to be a part of this supportive and uplifting community.
So our business relies on a pay what you think it's worth policy, which basically means you just pay us what you think the class is worth. So the reason we do this is so that someone who doesn't have or can't afford the class will still accept them into it. Like we'll never tell someone they can't be a part of the class. And so everyone will have an option to pay each class.
We are also a nonprofit in the making, and we have already run 4 successful trial classes with help from the mayor of Maplewood. We're also planning to run more this spring. So what we do, we help people of all ages learn how to skate and teach valuable life skills in the process. We will also provide skateboards to anyone who may not be able to get one themselves.
Testimonials. So many parents have vouched their respect for our service on different social media platforms. And we've had many parents verbally say that they like our classes. And we've also had some of them offer us money, which we refused. We just told them, you know, once we get it up and running and make it official.
So why skateboarding? Skateboarding offers many valuable skills such as determination, building confidence, and problem solving, all while giving kids an outlet to express themselves and their abilities. Skateboarding also opens the doors to an extremely loving community that will support you no matter what. It also strengthens the body physically and helps to work your mind when thinking of new tricks or ways to skate an obstacle.
Business structure. So I kind of touched on this. The participants pay us what they think the class is worth. There's an option to pay each class, though it's not required. And we are currently exploring potential sponsorships / partnerships. And Noah is actually sponsored by Show Me Skateboards. It's a Show Me skateboarding company, and they basically make boards and whatnot. So we'll try and branch out and have potential sponsors like bigger organizations.
So being members of the skate community, we're able to see the rapid growth in our sport. This means that there are profound opportunities for investment. This is also a very unique idea. I mean, think about it. How many skateboarding schools have you personally heard of? We also have, from our 4-week trial period, we have had over 20 returning clients who are excited for the future of our organization and have vouched to have their kids experience the next classes that we will be running.
Our request, our only ask is that you grant us the startup funds that would allow us to begin our path towards changing some people's lives for the better.
This includes our nonprofit startup, which is all in all total to around $650, and the cost for just like a basis of having a few boards for kids, which would be about $350, give or take. We also plan on implementing some like donation bins at the local skate parks, just so people can donate like their old boards and hardware and all that. And that would help provide like a free way to get these kids some boards and help them out. And that is all. Thank you very much. If you guys have any questions.
How are you getting most of your clients done?
Mostly through like social media and like word of mouth. Like we put out for the trial period, we put out like a bunch of flyers and stuff like that. And we had social media posts saying like, just reach out and contact us. And here's the dates for the classes. And we'll like put you on a list and all that stuff. But for the most part, it's social media and word of mouth.
We're also we're working on a website that will get up and running so people can just go to the website, sign up, and the class.
So you've got the nonprofit. So what made you decide to do a nonprofit versus a profit business?
So basically, the whole idea of a nonprofit is that we don't want to like turn down anyone, because we don't want to make it for profit, because then we'll have to charge everyone. So we want to make it nonprofit so that everyone has the same opportunity, and that we can get more bigger organizations involved, and yeah, just basically so we can have so we can give back to the community, and so we don't have to just like base it solely off profit. I think that would be like
Yeah. So what I would probably suggest is maybe look at a profitable structure, because you can still donate your time, donate boards, do good things, while teaching people how to skateboard, and then also providing jobs to other skateboarders, right, to teach other people. So if you make it profitable, you can probably grow larger and help people versus being non-profitable and help less.
We may also decide to do competitions. I think if you want to do this nonprofit focus, that business model, do competitions and charge for those. That's where a lot of the elite baseball teams, soccer clubs, they make money on the games, especially the competition games. And so that could be a way for you guys to get both sponsorships and maybe some local businesses behind you.
Yeah, we work on it.
How often are the classes? Is it once a week? Or?
Yeah, so when we did the trial period, it was once every week, and we ran them, I think 7 in the morning on Saturdays, just so it wouldn't like coincide with anything else the kids had planned or anything like that. But if we were to do it like make it a full-time thing, then we would probably have them just once a week, and then maybe take like a week off or something like that. But
How do you deal with
Yeah.
lawsuits?
lawsuits,
I'm just throwing it out there. People don't,
well,
if they get hurt, there's gonna be a problem.
I mean, we would probably try to implement like some sort of waiver or something like that parents could sign so that if their kids get hurt, then it wouldn't be on us. But
That's an option, but another thing is like, so how would it, do you know how it would work? Because the classes we had were like at a skate park, so if the kids get hurt, like.
What came to my mind was the cities might not approve you to use their skate park for your, so you have to get city hall approval probably.
we did.
We got approved.
And then maybe they have insurance for that, in that regard. Also, they can sell your tickets for you on their website, or they put the city's baseball and city soccer, the city skate. I mean, that could be what you guys make money at.
Nice work. Thank you.
All right, next up is Central Candles, followed by On Time, Car Clean, and Stickable.
For 6 months.
There should be, yeah, there we go.
I'll give you guys like the 1 minute.
We've all had the experience of walking past a candle store in the mall or walking past the candle aisle at a Target and just getting hit in the face with the overwhelming scent. And for a lot of people, strong scents give them headaches and migraines. And as well as the branded packaging goes, a lot of times brands have really cheesy or cliche packaging that doesn't always look good where you want to put your candle. Essential Candles is the solution to this issue because we create candles with a range of scent intensities, light, medium, and heavy. This way, everyone who purchases a candle gets one that satisfies them and doesn't harm them. We also have sleek, minimalistic packaging so that it can adapt to any environment it's put in.
Our candles are hand poured in small batches, ranging from 2 to 8 candles. This process takes 1 to 2 hours on average for 4 candles. Our process starts with heating up water, measuring our wax, and letting it melt. Once it melts, we take it off the heat and we allow it to cool to 120 degrees. We do this because it allows for a higher quality. Shortly after, we add our essential or fragrance oils, and then we pour our candles. All of our candles are made with 100% soy wax and soy wick. They're also made with various essential and fragrance oils. On top of that, our dust covers are hand-drawn by Adler.
So we're currently producing all of our candles at the Thrive Incubator, and we are distributing through e-commerce via our website, direct sales, and retail. And currently with retail, we have a wholesale agreement with Imported the Occasion and a consignment agreement with Novel Neighbor, and those are both local boutiques in Webster Groves. We're currently posting on social media, as you can see our Instagram feed here. And at the 2 retailers selling our candles, we've had 1 pop-up at each of them, and we have posted an ad on Instagram as well. Our future goals are to get in touch with local media coverage and collaborate with influencers, as well as do more social media ads such as Facebook and other platforms. And the reason that we're wanting to go to other platforms is because, as you can see from our ad that was just up for 6 days, the top age range was 18 to 24. And Facebook, for example, we know an age range might be more of 25 to 34 and so on. And so we can also see from our ad that it reached 1,580 people and made an impression on nearly 3,000 people. And we can also see what genders met the ad, so we can see, oh, maybe we need to do more of the masculine collection, which we are in the works with as well.
Our candle scent intensity is unique to only our business, allowing us to stand out in the candle industry that is expected to be $5 billion by 2026. Our simplistic packaging and vessels allows us to differ from bigger brands like Bath & Body Works and stores like Target. To top it off, literally, we have our dust covers exclusively designed for each scent.
So our revenue in 1 year is projected to be $18,000. And we got that number by taking how many candles we've been selling monthly and then multiplying that by 25, because that's how much we sell our candles for both in store and on our website. And then multiplying that by 12 to be seeing how much we would be making a year from now, because we are planning to continue our business after we graduate and move on to college. And we have around 120 customers, and besides our 2 agreements, we are in the works with other boutiques and stores in surrounding towns and neighborhoods as well. And our current revenue right now is $5,150, and our expenses is around $1,260, making our profit roughly $3,890. And since we started just a couple months ago, we produced 245 candles. We are asking for your funding so that we're able to buy and keep up with production materials. Currently, we're buying a 45-pound bag of wax every 3 weeks, and that costs us $135 each time. We're also wanting to get more website analytics so we can see which candles are getting the most views, which are getting the least, if there's a certain intensity that people are liking of a certain scent, just so we can get more feedback from our website and views as well. And last but certainly not least, we're wanting to have booths at local farmers markets, such as the Ferguson Farmers Market and the Kirkwoods Farmers Market, and also a booth at Art and Air, which is an art festival that Webster has every year. And with your funding, we would be able to rent those booths and get our name out more. Right now, Savannah and Mackenzie are passing out some of our inventory to show you guys the intensity. Savannah's passing out, and you'll have the light on your left, and then the medium in the middle, and heavy will be on your right. And you can tell by the dots that are on each of the candles. And our packaging is down here, which Mackenzie will show you. And our packaging is also sleek and minimalistic to keep with that look. And we would love to hear any questions.
You kind of touched on it. I like the fact, congratulations on being profitable so far in selling. Around market research, you're getting some analytics on that, but what can you tell us about what's currently selling from an intensity side?
So a lot of people do like the heavy ones, just because there are a lot of people who do like those strong scents, but we also have sold a lot of the light ones because of those people who do like the lighter ones. Percentage wise, I would say
The heavy is, our heavy scent intensity is probably around 45%, while the rest of our 55%.
That was what we turned on at the beginning was, let's limit them to 2 cent levels, a low and a high, it'd be easier for you. How much you sell these for again?
25.
Each? And you make them all by hand, each of that?
Yes.
Would you be opposed to buying pre-made products and putting a label on them in the future? I'm asking the business model switch here, I'm asking what do you think?
Like purchasing different candles and putting art, or just
Yeah, private labeling, you could do soap, essential oils, you could do perfumes, you could do candles, you could get your brand built, you could be the brand ladies. and you wouldn't be the product ladies. Or you could be the product ladies and farmers market it out, but how big will you get? And this is a decision you might have to make, is you can't make them all yourself. You can't. And so how are you going to do this? I think deciding that early on is, if you're gonna be, you're the best candle maker in the world, therefore you're gonna make it, then that's what you're gonna do. But if you're the best marketer of candles, maybe you're cool buying a really, really great candle for $3, putting your label on it and then selling it for whatever.
So, yeah, that is a really good idea. Right now, what we're doing, normally Mackenzie is the person who's like more in charge of making the candles. And so when we go to class or whenever we're doing anything related, she is the one that's normally in charge of like producing the candles and focus on that. Well, I do more of the like marketing and stuff like that. So we do have like both of our full focuses on what we have. While all of us, of course, still like work together and stuff like that. I feel like since our scent intensity like is our main thing right now, we haven't thought much about buying other products. Sorry. We haven't thought much about buying other products and putting our label on it. Just because our, I guess, yeah.
So one of the things that you said, and just to tag onto that, is sometimes, cash flow is the lifeblood of your business. And so what you could do is buy those, white label them to get the cash flow so you can then start creating your own masterpiece.
We have a pretty close to a 200% profit margin, so we have plenty of profit.
Good problem to have. Yes. Good job. Good job. Thank you.
All right, next up, we on your time card, clean, followed by stickable, and then endure.
Gentlemen, I'll give you a 1 minute. Sorry.
I don't have one. I'll just
Scratch it away. I got one that you're not judging. Left, right arrow, left, the right arrow will advance it. Yep.
So we're on your time card clean. We are a mobile detail or mobile cleaning service. We come to you and clean your car on time because everyone here deserves a good car. About our company, I'm Sam.
I'm Max.
And we're with the Parkway Spark program. So the problem is that people need clean cars and they don't have the time to wait in lines. They're tired of the inconsistent quality of traditional washes, and they just don't have the time. So this is where we come in. We provide an eco-friendly alternative by having a waterless wash. We also are portable, so we come to you, and that no runoff means that we can truly do it anywhere. The average car wash uses between 35 and 70 gallons of water. We barely use that.
So how our service works. Step one, we find you, reach out to you, email, and find a time that works for you best. And then we'll come to you, we'll borrow your keys, and then we'll use our signature waterless wax spray on your car, wash it, clean it, and then we'll vacuum, do anything we want on the inside, make it look spotless. Then we'll hand your keys back to you all under 30 minutes. So what makes us unique? I guess we have 4 factors. 1, we're waterless. We have a spray and we use less than a gallon of water per car. And this saves us so there's no runoff. Our cars look good, it's eco-friendly, and people love that. There's no more lines. You don't have to wait anymore while you're getting your car washed at a traditional like drive-in car wash. We can come to you so you can be at your work or at your office building doing your job or at school, wherever it may be. And
will wash your car. We clean both the inside and the outside. We will get all the trash out of your car, all the gunk, whatever is stuck in between your seats, vacuum all the dust, receipts, fast food wrappers, whatever it may be. And with just two of us, we can ensure consistent quality every single wash.
You might ask why us over a traditional car wash. So Waterway is between $25 and $40 depending on location for a similar service. However, you have to go there, and also Waterway hires many teenagers that really don't care about their jobs. So as you can see on these reviews here, a lot of people complain a lot about what they're paying for. It's often not a good job of vacuuming and a lot of spots on the outside of the car. On your time car clean could be a little bit more expensive depending on the location, but you can say goodbye to long lines and making an extra trip.
So feasibility, the product and field and industry for car wash is growing more and more, especially as workers are heading back to in-person work from COVID. Before online, now people are using their cars more and more, getting them dirty, and that's where we're here to fix it. We're here to, give these workers heading back to work the clean car. And our service, is clear and well-defined. You can go on our website, see what we offer, and call us, contact us, whatever it may be. And also, our service is taking off. We've washed over 30 cars since our business has started, multiple repeat customers, and the time to wash one car was originally 45 minutes, but we perfected and mastered our process and narrowed it down to around 15 minutes. But that time does vary per car.
So our target market is busy, hardworking car owners. So unlike our competition, such as Blaze Detailing, we may not provide quite as detailed of a service, but we're going to be quick. We're going to be convenient. So our whole idea is we're not targeting as much those luxury car owners, but just your everyday people that need their cars clean, but don't really care about every single spot.
So pricing strategy, we have a 3-tiered service. We have the full clean, which offers both the outside and the inside. We do windows off your outside. We do your car rims, wheels. We full wash, and then we can also just do either or, both the outside or the inside. So for the inside, we vacuum, get the windows, get off all the dust, take out all your trash, and make your car just feel good, make it smell better. We have deodorizers that we can spray in your car to get rid of any scents that may be lingering in your car.
So you may think that this pricing seems very low, but what we're trying to tell you is that the car wash is going to be so fast, only 15 minutes. And also, we've heard back from a lot of our customers that if we were to charge any more, that we might not have them, because we're not targeting that luxury car owner that's willing to spend that much on a car wash. So here's our revenue so far. So in the last couple of months, we've put about $100 into our business, and we've made about $500 of revenue from 30 cars. Many of these cars have been at a discounted charge or free, as we're just trying to wash cars. We're trying to get our name out there. So here's a list of all the materials that we've bought so far. So what's next? So if we were to win this competition tonight, we would be extremely interested in purchasing either a generator or a cordless vacuum that's higher quality than the one we have right now, because we do generally have to use a vacuum with a cord. So we say that we can offer our service anywhere, but if we were to have one of these, then we truly could offer our service anywhere. We could also use the money to do more marketing on Instagram. We think that that's the area that most of our target market is on. So yeah, paying for ads through that. Thank you.
Okay, so my question is, I'm assuming you guys are doing the car washing. You guys don't have any laborers or anything like that.
Yep.
And so this price, most of the funds, if not all of them, are going to you. If you were to hire laborers with this price point change, at that point, would you lose those customers and essentially have to start all over again? Because now you have to pay labor, which, as we know, is hard to find, not cheap.
Yeah. I would say that it's all about building a name for ourselves before we can charge a steeper amount. And that would go with being able to hire more employees. I think that once people are going to trust us more after washing their cars a couple times, I think maybe that would make them more willing to pay more.
And to add on to that, we talked to several people in the past that considered for larger jobs that we met. And we can train these people specifically if it's just us two, one person. It's not a huge, increase. We can control what they do, show them exactly how we do. We can make the customer feel good.
Good job. Thank you. Good job.
All right, next up is Stickable, and then Endure Oops and Relax.
Hey, you guys, I hear a lot of Instagram and Facebook advertising, which is awesome. I use them a whole bunch. But don't forget about traditional avenues for advertising, and even some new stuff like Groupon. I mean, the detailing on Groupon would be amazing because you can just say $25 is too cheap. You can just say $50 normal on sale for you on Groupon at half price, and you just can run it that way. So think about some additional options besides just Facebook and Instagram. You're not going to date everybody through social media. You're not.
I'll give you guys.
In a couple of years, it's going to cap out where you're not even going to be able to use them very effectively anyway.
I think we'll be good.
Hi, we are Stickable. We are a customizable sticker company made for anyone wanting to express themselves or their brand in a long-lasting but non-permanent way. Sarah Jane is our CEO, Max is our CMO, Dane is our CFO, and I am the COO. Have you ever wondered about an inexpensive marketing tool to market your brand besides social media? Well, we can provide that for you. Have you? Okay.
Our stickers these stickers are low quality. A lot of times stickers, when you purchase them, when you take them off, the stickers leave behind residue. The colors can fade, the stickers can scratch if they're not protected properly, and a lot of times they aren't waterproof.
We offer our stickers at an affordable price. Here you can see we put our Waterway stickers through a Waterway car wash and they look just as good. We have tested and prototyped our stickers to ensure they are fade-proof, scratch-proof, residue-free, and waterproof, obviously. We are different from other companies because we offer free consultations and have a sticker designer on hand in case buyers aren't really sure what they want their sticker to look like.
Here's the process when ordering stickers. First, our customers come to us with an idea that they have in mind. We then give them a quote based on the quantity of stickers they're wanting to purchase, as well as the size of the stickers they're wanting to purchase. We then take their design and create it. And then we put that into our program that we use. We print our stickers, we seal them, we cut them, and then finally we package them. Once our stickers are packaged, we then either offer pickup, delivery, or shipping of our stickers. We currently produce our stickers locally. We sell them both individually to individuals as well as to businesses, sports organizations, and events. We mostly sell our stickers directly to our consumers, but we are also inside of 2 local stores, Novel Neighbor and Story 7, and we have wholesale agreements with both those stores. We sell our stickers in quantities of 1 to 1,000 and or more, and we offer that to allow our customers to have flexibility.
In 1 year, we see ourselves working with bigger companies nationwide and stuff like that. But currently for our marketing, we post on social media multiple times a week, but that's not all we do. We reach out to businesses with personalized letters, and in those letters, we include sample stickers. As we have been reaching out to businesses for 6 months, businesses have just begun reaching out to us through our Google Voice number and our email. Also, with every business owner we meet, we give our business card to. And in the future, our marketing plans We hope to have a local news story coverage on us. We hope to have influencers showing off our stickers, and we hope to purchase some social media ads. Here's just a list of some of the businesses we have worked with.
While we do have some large name competitors such as Sticker Mule, Sticker Giant, and Redbubble, we currently do not have any local competitors that can offer what we do. Our stickers are quality tested. They're on vans that travel all across the United States. They're on water bottles that have gone through over 20 washes, such as this one. And they're also on cars that have gone through car washes, as you saw earlier with our waterway stickers. Another unique thing about our business is that if our customers don't have a sticker idea in mind, we're always there to help them out with that idea. We've worked over the past 2 years to create a pricing that our customers love due to the affordability, but that also we love due to the high profit margins. As you can see, it costs just 7 cents to make one 2-inch sticker, which we then sell for only $2. But that still allows us to have an over 95% profit margin. We can make 500 of those same 2-inch stickers for only $34.22, which we then sell for $115, leaving us with a profit margin of over 70%. With our increase in sales, we expect to have made $18,000 by the end of 2022. So far, we've sold over 21,000 stickers, and we plan to continue this business through college. And at the end of 2022, we expect to have sold 78,000 stickers. In the next 3 years, we expect to have sold a total of 575,000 stickers. In 1 year, we see ourselves selling nationwide to businesses, and then also having pop-up shops weekly, and also adding 1 new member to our team.
Your funding will get us to the next level. With your funding, we'll be purchasing this new printer, and we just finalized with Barcades, an indoor-outdoor dog park with other amenities, about running a pop-up shop where we will sell custom stickers, custom pet stickers to the customers. And this printer will allow us to make stickers on the spot. In addition, our material costs make up 25% of our total revenue. So we'll also be using that funding to go towards our materials and our new marketing strategies that we had talked about earlier. So stick with us because it's a good time to be stuck at Stickable.
And then here are just some sample stickers that we brought. Our packaging does also double as a business card.
Have you trademarked your name?
No, but we are registered with the state.
How do you cut out the stickers? Do you have a die cut machine?
Yeah, so we actually have had a few pitch competitions last year and this year where we are able to get the funding to purchase these machines. So we have 2 machines that we use that cut our stickers. And that
Like a Cricut or something?
It's similar to a Cricut. It's called Silhouette. There's a software that we use that we input our stickers into, and then it has registration marks, and then it can cut that sticker.
we would have showed you, but the video
The
didn't
video
load,
didn't
so-
work, yeah. Yeah, so when we are actually going to Barkey on April 9th to do this in their store. And we'll set up there with a printer and then also with one of our cutters. And we'll just need Wi-Fi, that's the only thing we need, and then obviously electricity. But then so our customers will send us a picture of their dogs, and then we'll take that and we'll turn the picture of their dog into a file that we can use on the cutting machine. And so then we'll just print the sticker right there and then be able to cut it out and be able to send that.
I like Sticker Mule's idea. Well, I use them all the time. I like how they send these update emails that say, oh, you also might want this today, it's half price or something. And I've purchased that only once, but I have purchased it. So I think a way for you to make more money is to have those email, phone number, all that, and send out reminder updates on how you can get this as well. And that's where the money is upsell. How do you price compare to that?
Our prices are generally lower. Also, we offer, you can buy just one sticker, one custom sticker, or you can buy 1,000 custom stickers, which those websites do not offer.
Good job. Thank you.
Thank you.
I feel like I hate that my role is like just.
Stop.
Somebody's got to do it.
That's true, yeah.
All right, next up is Endure Hoops, followed by Relax 'em, and then Junior Java.
My name is Matt Enright, and I have turned a lifelong basketball passion into a training service named Endure Hoops that preaches perseverance and hard work to reach your goals. You may be wondering why the name Endure. Endure has been a word that I've always lived by, as I've always been overlooked and counted out for being a smaller, undersized player. Though I never let this stop me, as I found that an extreme work ethic would be able to compensate for not being 6'7". I also love Endure because it is a message that everybody can relate to, as everybody has had obstacles in their life that they must overcome. Endure is far beyond just basketball, and that is what makes it so special. It all began during quarantine when a local parent saw how hard I was working when all the gyms were closed down in my driveway. He approached me and asked me if I would train his son and put him through similar workouts that I was doing. So I began training his son in my driveway for 1 hour every session, $50 per session, and he immediately saw results and word of mouth began to spread. More people began coming up to me asking me if I would train them, and so I did. My target audience began as just boys and girls 3rd through 8th grade, but then I realized that Endure Hoops is for everybody. So then I began to narrow it down to just parents and coaches who are able to relay the message to even more people. What separates me from any of my competitors, such as Larry Hughes Basketball Academy, is that I am an active and experienced player, so I am able to form those connections with the players and know exactly what they are going through. I also have the ability to train other coaches through my coaching clinics just for coaches. Not only do I do it for players, but also for coaches, so that more trainers are able to learn the information that I teach. My mentors and coaches also throw me over the top of other trainers, as one of them is NBA skills trainer Drew Hanlon, who is already in the position that I look to get to. Another one is Coach Jay Blossom, who is a Missouri Hall of Fame basketball coach, who has now partnered with me to help take Endure Hoops to the next level. And what I soon realized from doing these one-on-one workouts in my driveway for $50 a piece is that I can upscale this. And then I began doing group workouts with multiple kids at the same time for a shorter amount of time, making it more time convenient for my sake. While doing this process, I was able to make 4 times the amount of money I was doing while doing one-on-one workouts. And through doing this for 1 year at a part-time rate, I was able to make over $3,000. And though many people would be content with this, I saw that there was still more room to grow. As mentioned earlier, I have partnered with Coach Jay Blossom, and we have a clinic planned next month in April. And not only will we be doing one for a boys clinic, but we also are doing another one for girls, which I saw as a problem that not as many skills coaches put an emphasis on girls basketball as they deserve. This clinic will feature 50 people per each clinic, paying a price of $50, equaling a sum of $5,000. Through doing this process, more and new clients will sign up for my clinic, giving me the option to redo this process of doing one-on-one workouts, group workouts, and more clinics. Now you may be wondering, how do I plan to get this message to over 100 players? Well, Fox 2 News, Michaela McGee has already agreed to do a cover story to help spread my story and my journey to more people so that more people will continue to sign up for these clinics. Knights basketball and Hickson Grade School are among some of the programs that have already began advertising to their players. In just 24 hours of advertising for this clinic, I've had over 10 players sign up, equaling a sum of $500. I also plan to continue marketing my story and Endure Hoops long after high school, as I will continue playing college basketball, and I will even be advertising this weekend as I will be playing for a state championship. Though I saw at this current rate that there were still gaps that I could improve upon. And with the funding from this pitch, I will use the pitch funding towards marketing. And not only I will be using it towards Facebook ads, but I will also be using it to get in the Kirkwood Webster Times. I will be using it for Groupons, like you mentioned earlier. And I will also use it for additional trainers so that Ender Hoops clinics can grow even further. And for more equipment such as a shooting machine pictured here, which would separate me even further from any other competitors, as players would be able to get up additional shots among our workouts. I would also make sure that every person that comes to my clinic would get their own custom-made Ender Hoops basketball t-shirt. Thank you very much.
So you started in your driveway, but where are you doing the clinics and then for the private?
So the clinic will be taking place at Webster Groves. I have able to get the gym for free, which saves a lot of early payments for gym rental fees. So that is a plus. I have multiple locations. I mainly train out of Shrewsbury Rec Center Gym, but I've also worked out agreements with many different gym owners that will help me get their gyms for discounted and almost free prices.
So your expenses, so saw your revenue, what about your expenses? I'm assuming the coach that you partner with, Coach Blossom, I'm assuming, isn't doing it for free either, right? So what's the breakdown of that and what's the profit at the end of the day?
So me and Coach Blossom have already agreed to split 50-50 as he is the veteran in this. So he is being like a mentor, helping, using his public image to help me grow my brand. But I will be continuing this after this clinic with him. He will only be helping me with these first 2 clinics and wherever I really do need his help. But I plan to hire a woman's coach so she would be able to have that connection with the girls player, combining what I know, and yeah, I'll go from there.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Who wants the clicker?
Junior Java, followed by modern.
I'll give you guys the 1 minute.
Awesome,
warning
thank you.
If you need it, yeah.
Yes.
I'm using
Three years ago, I wouldn't have been able to stand in front of anyone and present an idea. Struggling with multiple anxiety disorders is something I've had to seek treatment for close to 4 years. I don't want kids to have to deal with the same stress and anxiety I dealt with at their age. Relaxum was founded to help solve this problem.
So Relaxum is developing discrete, self-soothing coping mechanisms for children that are struggling with stress and anxiety. This currently comes in the form of a weighted sensory jacket that will target the upper back and shoulder area. And it is for kids ages 7 to 14, because that is when we found that stress and anxiety really starts to develop.
Now, we do have some competitors out there that have similar product design and intentions similar to ours, such as a European-based company called Sensory Direct. But their business has like a medical jacket type of thing that usually children wouldn't want to be seen wearing. That's why we base our design on discretion. We also want to make sure that whenever the kids put on their jacket, they don't have heads turning to watch them put on the jacket, and that they have a way to cope with their mental and sensory issues as a discreet way. And this was the fundamental idea in which we based our design upon.
So as he said, I mean, we don't want heads turning. We want the kid to feel comfortable in this jacket. And that's kind of what our jacket is about. It's that tight hug that your parents give you around the shoulders when you're having a panic attack. And it has been proven in many medical studies and used by stress counselors when trying to calm patients that are having these anxiety and panic attacks.
All right, so what have we done, you ask? Well, we have published a website, tested several prototypes made in-house, and we've worked with 2 US-based manufacturers to start launching our jackets. And so we've also done, to promote our jackets, we've been promoting the culture behind our brand through public relations. So the Parkway School District, for example, has helped us a lot with this because they did a feature video that basically outlined our story and our mission. And on top of that, we've also been attending several networking events through one such as the Parkway Alumni Association, as well as the Chesterfield Chamber of Commerce. And this early spring, we will be presenting at Cortex's 1 Million Cups.
So like she said, we've created several in-house prototypes. I learned how to sew for this, so I mean, but this is one of our prototypes. As you can see, it is targeting these pressure points on the upper back and shoulders. It's the same thing I said earlier about the tight hug. And so these pressure points are proven to help reduce stress and anxiety in these kids.
We are competing in the anxiety relief industry, which last year was a $5.64 billion market due to the COVID-19 pandemic and a 28.2% compound annual growth rate. The amount of kids with anxiety went from 11% to 20% in that same time frame, and it is increasing rapidly. According to a report by Fortune Business Insight, the anxiety relief industry is expected to grow to $13 billion by the year 2027.
All right, so now let's talk cash flow. We have made $900 through pitch competitions and $2,700 of our internal personal investments. So all of this money has gone towards fees like LLC licensing and creating our tech pack, as well as workspace fees and testing and prototyping for our initial order of 50 jackets.
So when we were speaking to manufacturers, we've spoken to two in-state manufacturers or in US manufacturers. The first one was out of state, and we were looking at about $38 for each jacket and selling these at a $70 price point, which is about average for this industry and this type of jacket. We were looking at about a 46% profit margin. However, now we are moving to work with Collective Threads, which is a St. Louis-based manufacturer. And so that's going to cut our costs a little bit, hopefully down to about $35 a jacket in production costs, giving us a 50% profit margin at our $70 price point. And with our total $3,565 invested, it would take us 51 jacket sales in order to break even and start turning our profit.
As mentioned before, we are working with Collective Threads, and we have talked to their CEO about, and they're going to help us with tech pack alterations, designs, and patterns for our initial round of manufacturing. And if we win this pitch competition, we will use this money for product development to continue our design for the product. And we will also start our first round of manufacturing for sales.
I know from experience that dealing with stress and anxiety can be a long and difficult process. Thanks to Relaxum, kids will have one more coping strategy I didn't have. Thank you.
Can you take those out and wash the jacket?
Yes,
so-
absolutely. Sorry. The jacket was designed, these pockets, so that you can put the weights, or we're looking at other sensory items such as ice packs, heat packs, vibration. But currently it's weights so that they can put them in here. And, you know, kids like to lose things. So we made this little flap over so that it's not like zippers that are hurting the kid or anything, but it's still comfortable and they're not gonna lose.
And so you said you had competition, and the competition, yours is more discreet, right?
Yes, absolutely. So the current competition that we have, they're they make vests. So they make weighted vests that are sensory vests, and they just look awful. They look like a straight jacket that no kid wants to ever be seen wearing. So, I mean, as you can tell by the outside, our design is to look like a regular jacket. We want a kid to be able to put this on and nobody's going to know that they're having a panic attack right now.
So my question is going to be more around the technology. How other types of technology?
Oh,
So
yeah.
right now, we're starting off with weights, because, you know, that's what we're starting off with. But in the future, we are hoping to expand to different things, vibration. Maybe we could expand to sports, sports industry for athletes, as well as like ice, hot, cold packs. But we are starting.
Yeah, you could look at more of a wearable technology.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good job.
Thank you.
All right, next up is Junior Java, followed by Modern Media and Lemon.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks. Do you need a clicker?
Oh, yes.
It's right there on the computer, next to the computer. And then it's left and right. And then I'll give you 1 minute warning. Okay.
Small acts will multiply by millions of people and transform the world. Howard Zinn. Hi, I'm Noah Temple, a 14-year-old social entrepreneur and founder of the company Junior Java Coffee, and I want to transform the world. A few years ago, when I was in my 7th grade history class, we were learning about how kids in other countries didn't have the supplies they needed to learn. This did not sit right with me because they didn't even have backpacks, water bottles, crayons, pencils, or even shoes to walk to school. And I created Junior Java to solve this problem. Did you know coffee is the 2nd most drank beverage in the world, behind water, of course? Junior Java sells specialty coffee to help bring education equity to kids around the world. We donate to organizations that give kids the school supplies they need to learn. So our solution, 1 bag for our coffee equals $5 worth of school supplies for the kids in need around the world. So our target audience, specialty coffee drinkers, age 25 to 55, male, female, or other identifications, and people who care about social causes. Products, we have Ethiopian, Honduran, and Costa Rican coffee, and our coffee is single origin, fair trade, roasted locally, and farmed using organic practices. So, promotions. How are we going to get everybody knowing about Junior Java and repping Junior Java? So, we are currently doing this, and we will do this more through Facebook ads, press and interviews, social media, and our unique Coffee Kid program. So here is an example of a Facebook ad that we are going to promote and use to bring more people to know about our business. And here is a more recent interview of me on the Own Your Now show, where they asked me questions about my business and about me being a social entrepreneur. And here is an example of one of our Instagram posts. And this is actually our first donation to our charitable partner of $125 for the school supplies. And the last part of our promotion is also part of our business model, and it is our unique Coffee Kid program. Our Coffee Kid program is like a business in a box, and it teaches coffee kids how to be their own boss, how to start and grow a business. They learn about charity and giving back, and how to become a social entrepreneur. This not only helps us by bringing more attention to the business, it also helps them to build our youth. The other part of our business model is our coffee subscription. Our coffee subscription is online, and it's a monthly subscription that brings in recurring revenue to the business. So our financials. The average cost per bag is $3.92. The retail price is $15. The profit per bag is $11.08, and the profit margin is 74%. Impact. So far, we've been able to donate $125 worth of school supplies, and our next donation is set for the end of the month. We've had 8 social entrepreneur coffee kids. We've sold over 50 bags of coffee. We've had 1 12-month coffee subscriber, and we've established a charitable partner, World Vision. So what's next? So currently we are, or if I happen to win the money, I will continue to rebrand. We have already made a new logo and new packaging and labels. We are going to expand our Coffee Kid program so that we can touch the youth and build them up as social entrepreneurs. And we're going to work more towards increasing marketing, getting people to know us, and Facebook ads. My main goal for this business is to raise $1 million worth of school supplies for kids in need around the world. I'm Noah Temple, and thank you for listening to my pitch.
Where are you getting the coffee from? Could you talk about?
So
the different
I
areas?
roast it with like a local partnership, and basically we pay for like time to like roast the coffee, and we also buy the coffee from them. So it's kind of a thing where actually, if I scroll back to it, I learned how to roast my own coffee and using the big machine roasters, which allows us to roast a lot like in a little amount of time.
So my question is, are you a nonprofit or for-profit?
For profit, but it's basically we're helping with the social cause. So we're donating some of the profits from the bag, and we're also using some of the like programs like the Coffee Kid program to help our youth grow up, and also to help people who in other countries, like developing countries, who can't really help themselves.
So how much per bag are you donating?
So we
Because that
donate,
affects your profit, right?
yes, we donate about $5 worth of school supplies per bag.
Okay. So the profit is not 74%, the profit margin is less. a little
Or
less
no,
than
it's 74% because it is multiplied by our charitable partner. So they're allowing us to basically donate more per bag because they're multiplying our donation. Yes, yes, ma'am.
So when you sell a bag, how much do you guys out of pocket from that bag do you donate?
So it ranges from like $1 to $1.25, depending on which bag.
And are you including labor in your costs?
No.
So it's all materials.
Mhm.
And are you including the time that you rent the facility to produce?
Yes,
coffee?
that's
included. Okay, just not labor. If there were somebody other than you.
yes.
Is there a difference between a coffee plant that's young versus more mature and producing beans? The reason I ask is because, I mean, I do bourbon, you guys don't do bourbon, fine, but there's a young bourbon and then there's a more mature bourbon, and it's a different price point. And your name says Junior Java. And if someone does not know that it's you doing it, and we're just buying this at Walmart, we're thinking that means that plant is not as grown as long. It's a junior coffee versus a mature coffee. That may be an issue in your branding going long term. I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know.
Yes, thank you for that. I'll make sure to note that, look into that. Thank you.
Good job, man.
All right, next up is modern media. Followed by Limitless.
Limitless here? Is Limitless here?
No, they're both South County Tech.
That it?
All right, well, that concludes our program. I don't know about everybody else, but I want to write a check. Here, you go, change the world. Here, you go, change the world. That was amazing, man. Unbelievable. You guys got a tough job. All right, so we'll take about 5-10 minutes here and let the judges consolidate, come up with first, second, and third place in each group, and then we'll get back to you. All right. All right.
Eat more cookies, because
Yeah.
Mr. German has to take them home with him, so.
Kennedy has to.
Oh, okay, never mind. Don't eat, just kidding. Don't eat more cookies. Don't eat more cookies. The judges are almost finished deliberating, so just one more minute.
Sound like my class.
We did it. I just want you guys to know, I'm so impressed, and it's very cliche, but you really are winners, all of you. And it was very difficult to choose, and I say keep going for it, and anyone that wants a job, come find me, because I think it's one of you.
Go ahead. All right, hey, first of all, if anyone needs validation, I'm sure there's a charity that'll, validation for your parking, that, there's little slips here, so you can get out of the parking lot, out of the parking garage, sorry, without paying, so. You want one of those, you can have those. I would like to take this opportunity to once again thank the many people who, helped make this happen. I know I stand up in front of people and my name's on it just because I was first to do it, but Justin Hildebrand that does as much or more work than I do on this. Right? So thank you. Miss Jessica Kennedy. So thank you to both of them to help execute this event. I would also like to thank once again our sponsors, Black Entrepreneurs Inc., the Educational Foundation of Clayton, Educational Foundation of Ladue, and Regions Bank. that make all this possible. But it wouldn't be nearly as much fun if we didn't give you money at the end, right? So thank you to all those people. Then I'd like to thank our judges once again. So Susie, you want to, Susie, I didn't tell her job last time.
I work for, I'm a chief delivery officer for a very large digital media company based out in New York.
All right, and Mr. Jared Jenkins from Black Entrepreneurs Inc.
Great job, everybody. Every year it just gets better and better. I'm so humbled and appreciative to be a part of this. I just wish I was where you guys were when I was your age. Great job. So for those of you guys that are seniors going off to college, best of luck. You guys are off to a great start. And those of you guys that aren't yet seniors, hopefully you'll be back next year and your business will be bigger and better than ever. Thank you.
I was 14, I couldn't spell on. I still struggle with it sometimes. But that's beside the point. So, all right, Mr. Rick Dree from Lindenwood, Beer Sauce, Book Exchange, so on and so on. Rick, you want to say anything?
I think you guys did really, really amazing. I gotta say that the support for the entrepreneurs, the young entrepreneurs in this region is it's very exceptional. We should be honored to have these classes, these universities, and the programs by your cities. They're not free; they cost a lot of money, and it's being paid because people support you guys as the entrepreneurs. So definitely be appreciative of that. It wasn't in existence 20 years ago, and now we're finding it in a lot of places. So that makes me really happy to see.
Agreed. Agreed. Thank you, Rick. Ms. Laura Burkemper from St. Louis University and the Catalyst Center. Is that right? Catalyst Center.
Thank you. It's been an honor to be a judge here tonight. I'm really blown away by the level of talent and the business that you've got through. So you should be really proud of what you've done. One other thing to keep in mind as an entrepreneur, build your network. So connect with us on LinkedIn or any other place. We can be of help on your business, or if we can be connections to others. Please do reach out. We always answer. So know that we're here to support you. Congrats on everyone's success.
Just a quick little snippet here. When I went to the bathroom a little bit ago, there were teams from one school and teams from another school. When they came in, they were like, "Hey man, that was really good. I really liked that presentation." Oh no, yours was really good. It was just really cool to hear them. They got a chance that four kids that wouldn't normally run into each other ran into each other, and they had the opportunity to see each other's skill level, etc. And it was a really neat thing. Finally, I want to thank the sponsors. Okay, these kids work really, really hard. They do a really good job, but they do get a little bit of guidance through the process. So I would want to shout out to Mr. Mark Reed. His dad, Xantha Meyer. Spark program, sorry, brain lapse. This Kara Seavey. Justin, Jessica, and I all do the Catalyst program along with Krista Jones from Brentwood. So those kids do a good job. Mr. Joe Cecile. For like 7 years, I still don't know how to say his last name. From Maplewood, Richmond Heights, he's just started that program over there. We already got 2 people in it today, and both of them were really good. Get anybody? No? All good? Okay. All right, good deal. So shut up and tell us who won, Dave. Okay. All right, so our 2 third place winners of $500 our junior Java. I'm not here ready to answer that. And the other $500 winner is Essential Candles. More coffee and more candles in the world pretty soon. All right, second place finishers. $1,000 is Humane Horn. And Saltwater. People that honk nicely and some more shrimp in the world. And our first place winners. I can't read this. $2,000 winners. Oh, okay. One of our first place winners is Endure Who?
Yes, he can.
Pretty good.
Go up.
Did you have 29? All right, they're in the final four this year, and he had 29 in their quarterfinal game. So when he's charging $50 an hour to do this, he knows what he's doing. All right, and the other one $2,000 winner is Morbid Living. Also, and one of the best things about doing the pitch competition is the experience. Standing up in front of people and being able to express themselves is a huge, useful skill. Okay, absolutely a huge, useful skill. It's something that's going to help you throughout the course of your life. All right, so for you to get up in front of people while you're in high school and express your thoughts, express your ideas is big. Okay, it's a great experience for you. So everybody who got up here and had the guts to take a swing at the ball, you won. You won. The people that were too scared or whatever didn't want to put in the time or effort, all right, then that's on them. But you did what you wanted to do. You did what you needed to do. You took a swing at the ball. You took a cut. Okay, Justin, you got anything?
No. Yeah, if the winners could stick around, we're gonna take a real quick picture. And don't forget, if you want to get validated, grab a Validate Pass out of the green cup. And any last thoughts? Thank you. Thanks everyone for coming.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. Some of you next year.